Here we go.
Hello, everybody. It's 2026, and you are listening to Stick Drift, a bi-weekly show where we talk about the world of video games and the culture surrounding them. My name is Power Glover. I'm down with the sickness, and so is my co-host,
Noah Rada.
Wacky Wacky Wow. We love bronchitis. Ba 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 ba. If you like it or you hate it, please would you rate it? Follow the Rule of Cool and leave a like on the mic. You can follow us on YouTube at StickDriftPodYT, on Twitter /X at StickDriftYT, and lastly on our Facebook page, StickDrift. We're also on Spotify. Each of our content has its own channel. So for specific podcasts, please subscribe to each. Make sure you get the newest audio content in your feed. Well, we did it. 25 is over. 26 we're going to pick up sticks, whatever you want to say. We made it. It's January 2nd at the time of this recording. Yeah.
We're going back to the Stone Ages. Yep, I agree.
Unga bunga indeed. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I feel pretty unga bunga after the holidays. I was really run down after Christmas because we had 2 days of Christmas basically. Because my wife, her family celebrates Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, like 2 full days of nonstop action, and it's just, oh yeah. By the time Christmas Day was over, I was just wiped. So, yeah. Did you have a kind of low key Christmas, or was it like pretty good? I don't know. What did you guys have?
Yeah, pretty low key. We don't really do a whole lot for Christmas. We usually just do like a sort of a big Hanukkah thing. So,
oh, okay.
Yep. So, we basically just I hung out with my parents for a bit, and on like Christmas Eve and like evening, and then like on like Christmas, and then went over and had dinner with my sister. So, because it was her birthday. So,
no, yeah. I couldn't remember if her birthday was on Christmas or the day after.
It was on Christmas, yeah.
On Christmas, yeah. I know someone in my football league, his birthday's on Christmas as well.
Nice.
And he hates it. And then my aunt, her birthday's the day after. So, yeah, I know a couple of people is suffering through the holidays with their birthdays. Kind of sad. But anyway, yeah, this is 2026. We did the dang thing. The holidays are over. I still have my Santa Stop thing up. I'm not going to have everything up until February this year. I promise I won't. Hopefully we get it down by next week. If you see this podcast, the following time, and I still have this up, I mean, it's like my job's failed, and it's a problem.
Yeah, so don't stop there, Santa. If it's there next week, he doesn't want you there anymore. He's done with you.
Tell the fat man to go home. We don't want it. I mean, keep one fat man here because that's me. But like, we don't need a second.
There was a movie I watched on a Christmas Eve with my dad that was called Fat Man. It was like
oh yeah, that was that.
Mel Gibson. Yep, Mel Gibson as Santa Claus. It's pretty good. It's pretty alright. It's real cheesy, but it's pretty alright.
It's kind of a bummer he was still ranting about Jews, but other than that, like the movie is fine.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson had some trouble back in the day, but I think he's reformed, right? Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
That he directed Passion of the Christ. He should know better.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, video games. I've been playing a little bit. I've kind of like been, I don't know, I've been in my like tinkering bag. I'll kind of get into it. Been doing a lot of modding, doing a lot of like playing old video games. It's kind of interesting. I didn't want to like add all that here because in this game block we're going to jump into, because it's like I didn't like play a lot of one thing. I kind of just hopped around to kind of make sure everything was working okay. But I'll get into that in the hobby stuff. Did you get any game related stuff for Christmas or no? Or did you kind of get socks and neckties or whatever? What'd you get?
I got like a bucket that has like a lid for emergencies.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, everyone in my family got them from my dad. He was like, in case the grid goes down, you're gonna need this bucket.
The grid. Oh my god. When the grid goes down, you're gonna need this essential duct tape. Oh, that's too good.
It's
too good.
awesome.
That is so your dad.
Shout out to
No
my
one
dad.
knows his
He's
dad
awesome.
like I know his dad. That's exactly like his dad.
Yeah.
When the grid goes down.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
No, yeah, so I just got this bucket for when the grid goes down, you know? It probably won't, but if it does, I have the bucket, you know? It's great.
That's so true. That's so true. And you know what? I will be unprepared because I won't have the bucket.
You won't have the bucket. You won't have the bucket, and I will. And I'll say, Power, you don't have the bucket?
It'll be like nanny nanny boo boo.
Yeah.
I'm prepared for the apocalypse. You're an actual
Yep.
sucker.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
your bucket.
I'll put it on my bucket list. There we go.
There you go.
Ooh, that was a bad one.
That was pretty bad. Yeah.
I kind of felt gross after saying it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
But sorry, I had a kind of coughing fit. I apologize. But yeah, some new old video games. Let's kind of talk about a few of them in this game block. Your big thing has been some Final Fantasy. Am I right about that?
Yeah, I got past like all of, like the like crappy side questy stuff in Final Fantasy 9. And then I was on like the meat of and potatoes of disc 3. And I was like, wait a second. It's all coming together. This is good. Yes, I'm finally getting sucked into this thing. And I just kind of got sucked in, and then next thing I know, I'm done with the game. I'm like, oh my gosh. So then I was like, I gotta play more Final Fantasy. I haven't scratched that itch. So I booted up Final Fantasy 4. Well, Final Fantasy 2 SNES.
Oh, don't even get into it. No.
The US release. Don't play it, but great game. Not that release, but Final Fantasy 4 is a great game. And I beat that. So I'm like,
real quick before he continues, okay? He's gonna say he played the Final Fantasy 2. Okay, all right, that's fine. That's fine. It's not real Final Fantasy 2. It's US Final Fantasy 2.
Yeah.
So it's Final Fantasy 4, and it's a terrible version. This man is the same man that says don't play Baroque for the Wii. Okay, you cannot trust this man's opinion. You can't.
No, don't play Baroque for the Wii. That's a terrible version of that game.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Is it the terrible version of that game? Okay.
No. What I suggest is you play the first version of the game. That's what I'm suggesting here, right? If you want to know what a game's like, you play that first release.
But wouldn't you want to play the correct release?
Yeah, the US release. That's the correct one, probably.
But it's not, though, dude.
It's pretty bad. But I still had fun with it.
Tell them why it's bad. Tell everybody why it's bad. Why is this version so bad?
Well, the dialogue is borderline unreadable, but they do have the classic Tella and Edward interaction of "You spoony bard." So I got to experience that. That was pretty good.
That must have felt pretty good. You're like, yeah, this is why I did this. Yeah.
I didn't even know that's what that was from, to be honest. And now I'm like, oh, I remember that from, old internet. That used to be thrown out everywhere. So
yeah, I've heard that. I just didn't know what context that was.
There you go. It's that original, really bad translation of Final Fantasy IV.
Same.
But the other thing that they did that's really weird is they gutted all of the items. So there's only one item for healing all status effects. Like that, they just have the one item for all status effects.
Oh wow!
And then they got rid of all of the consumable combat items in that game.
What in the world?
The ones that do the ice spell and the thunder spell and the wind spell, whatever. Yeah, they got rid of all those.
Yeah, so when you're in a pinch, those are good items to have sometimes when you're depleted your spell slots or whatever your mana. So is that version specific or is that just this game?
That's version specific to this game.
Oh,
to Final Fantasy 2 SNES that doesn't have those items. Final Fantasy 4 is supposed to have all those items. They gutted all those items in this release.
Why? Because we're stupid Americans.
Stupid Americans. Yep, that's why. Yep. And then the other really weird change that they did, they took away all of Cecil's Dark Knight arts. So he just only has the fight at command until he becomes a paladin. Spoilers, but but yeah, yep. So you get to do everything with him once he's a paladin, which you're really just clicking fight with him once he's a paladin, because he gets like 6 spells as a paladin, and like they're not useful because he has a really bad like white magic adjust. So like the only time you're casting magic with Cecil is if you're really desperate, or if you're like wanting to conserve like potions and like mana on your actual healers. Then you like use Cecil's MP to heal outside of battle. But
Interesting. So ultimately, despite all these system issues across this game, the things that have been removed, added, subtracted, whatever you want to say, how did you find the game? Do you feel like you still got enough out of it?
yeah, I feel like I experienced the game. I understood enough to know what that game is about, and like I didn't really develop a connection with any of the characters per se, because like I could barely understand what they were trying to say with translation, but I know the general plot of the game now.
Okay.
I know all the spoilers basically.
Yeah, so that translation is so bad that you kind of have to parse it for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, there's still like moments that I was like, "Ooh, the music's like really good here," and there's like a like serious character development moment, and like the translation was passable enough to where I could understand what was going on, and was like, "Ooh, this is really good content." But
Mm-hmm.
I think if I did a better translation of it, like if I did like the I want to get the PS1 release that has Final Fantasy IV and Chrono Trigger. If I get that, maybe I'll revisit that game.
Okay.
With that translation.
I I hope they do something with the Chrono Trigger in the next couple years. That'd be nice.
I've never played
like,
Chrono Trigger, so I want to get that PS1 version because I want to see the cutscenes, the PS1 cutscenes.
Yeah, I've played a decent amount of that game. It's one of those games I never finished. I started it like 5 times, and when the closest I got was like I got 10 hours in. I'm like, this game is amazing, but for some reason I dropped it. I can't remember why. But
That's crazy. That's like your game. Like that's designed for you.
So you know what it is.
Yeah.
I was playing it on a phone.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Isn't
not great.
great.
No.
Okay. So what I remember is this is so busted. I played this game on a phone. I actually beat Super Mario World on a phone first, like before any other way, because I never grew up with a Nintendo system. So you get an emulator from the App Store and you just go crazy, right? That's basically what I did for Chrono Trigger. But at some point, I dropped my screen and it was so broken. I was cutting my finger on like the virtual D-pad,
Nice.
and I was like, can't do this. So I'm like, okay, I'll find a way to do this in the future. And I never went back to it. And so, I modded my 3DS, and so I have the DS version on there, which is like the version.
Yes, that is the version.
So like, if I ever were to go back to Chrono Trigger before a re-release, it would be that. So that's kind of the idea anyway. You've never played Chrono Trigger, right?
Nope. I mean, it's not really a game that's like per se designed for me. I just know it's like a game I need to play at some point. So
that game is like my game because it's Toriyama and it's also RPG, which is me. That's so me.
That is your game. You need to play that. Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't.
I just haven't seen it through. I've played a substantial amount of it for sure, but I wasn't playing it optimally. But honestly, the beginning of this year seems like it's going to be kind of slow, which I'm really excited about. Which I'll kind of get into it like in a bit, talking about some backlog stuff. But yeah, that might be something I add to because it's not the longest thing ever. I think it'll be nice to kind of chip away at that as a handheld thing. I try to keep a main screen game, and then a handheld game, and that's been really nice. I've been able to finish a lot of things that way. But and we'll kind of segue to some more Final Fantasy talk with. I started up Final Fantasy 9. After a long time of not playing it, I started it on PS4, and it's just I'm just in a different part of my life where, until it's late, everyone's got like control of the TV here.
Hmm.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play this on the Switch, and it's been just so good for that. And it's you wouldn't think that game would be like good to digest in bite-sized chunks, but it kind of is.
It kind of is, yeah. That's
But
how I got through that thing. Yep.
yeah, it's kind of like 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, and it's pretty good for that, you know.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of chipping away at it. I'm about 3 or 4 hours in on this new save. I think the furthest I got in on PS4 was 15 hours, so I was a decent chunk of the way in there.
Yeah.
Um, and I could go back to that save, but it's one of those things where like it's been so long. I'm like I should just start fresh,
Yep.
and just really take my time with it. So yeah, I've done all the early stuff. I did the the not the jailbreak, but like leaving the castle grounds and stuff. That
Yep.
was
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
And
The
that was
kidnapping. Yep.
those cutscenes. Yeah, the kidnapping. The cutscenes still look fantastic.
Yep.
It's just really, really cool beginning of the game. I'm like, okay, yeah, I totally remember where we're at there. And also, yeah, I always forget about the switching scenes. What do they call that? It's like the auto time dilation or something like that. Like you switch to a different character for
Oh,
like a second.
the active time events. Yep.
Active time events, yes.
ATs. Yep.
I was thinking of TTD from Outer Worlds, which I'll get into, but it's a very similar term. But yeah, you kind of drop into other scenes, this and that. But yeah, it's. I thought that the combat would be a little quicker, in these versions that I'm playing, but it's kind of slow,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah. Try. Yeah. I mean, I was playing on actual hardware, and yeah,
Yeah, but
it's
even
slow
on the
game.
re-releases, even on the re-releases, it's kind of laborious. So you kind of have to like understand the pace. You gotta understand the pace going under. So I don't know. It's a really interesting game to come back to, having some knowledge of it, and then going like,
Mm.
okay, what do I remember? Right. I feel like just remember less these days. Like I genuinely feel like I do. So a lot of things I come back to kind of feel like new experiences for me, which is good. Which is
Mm.
good. But I feel like I retain less and forget more these days.
Mm.
That's kind of how I feel. But yeah, started up that. So yeah, you finished it. I can't remember if you finished it by the time last podcast came out. But anyway,
No, I
um,
hadn't. No.
you had it. Okay. So is that still your top Final Fantasy? Still, that's your top, right?
Yeah, that's got to be my top. But
Okay.
5 is actually getting up there. I've been playing 5, and that game is
Really?
really good.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's what you got playing back there on your
Yeah.
your not your monitor, your CRT.
Yep.
And I gotta say that opening cutscene looks really good
Mm-hmm.
on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, go
Yeah.
into it. I
It's
have
got
no
that.
familiarity.
I mean, they based those like cutscenes, those PS1 cutscenes, off of like the actual like Amano artwork. So like it looks really nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's interesting because 5 has like the least amount of supplemental material with it. Like they kind of just made that game and they didn't save a bunch of conceptual stuff
Yeah.
from it. So like there is not a lot of art background that you see from these games. Like everything about the game's kind of in it, and like all the stuff surrounding it is not. They don't show that very often. Square
Yeah.
Enix doesn't show that. Like it's not as well documented as like a 6 is, as like a 4
Mm-hmm.
is, as like a 7 is. You know, it's kind of interesting.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, it's one of like the black
yeah.
sheep of the franchise for sure. It's it's very different. It uses the job systems. I think the job system was introduced in the third one, right? Is that right?
Yes. Well, hold it. Let me see.
I never
Final
played
Fantasy
the
Okay,
NES
so 2
ones
does not
except
have.
for one, but
So okay, so yeah, I mean, you have your classes in 1 and 2, but the actual job system where you pick and choose, it's got to be 3 or 4. I would assume. I haven't
it was
played
3. Yep, it was 3. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I assume because 2 did not have it when I played it, of course. So.
Yep. Yep. So
from what I
3
remember.
introduced
Anyway,
it, then 4 didn't have it, and then 5 had it again. And then
Yeah.
and then after that it didn't come back until like Bravely Default was like the next game. Or no,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they had that DS game that's like the proto Bravely Default. Oh, what's that? Like the 4 Warriors of Light or whatever.
Yeah, it's just a Final Fantasy game with a subtitle, right?
Yeah, it
Um,
is. It's like a spin-off
is it just
thing.
Final Fantasy the Four Heroes of Light? I think
Yeah,
they
it's
might just use
something
Final.
like that for the DS. I bet you anything that has the job system. Let me
I
Final
wonder if that's
Fantasy
is that a
DS.
remake of something or is that its own spin-off?
It's
That's
its own
something I'm not
spin-off.
sure of.
Four Heroes of Light is its own spin-off.
Okay. Okay.
And
I know nothing about it. So. Yeah, I'm not.
sequel to the game
I
was
know almost.
considered by development team, eventually evolving to Bravely Default. Spiritual success for
Okay.
Bravely Default. Um.
Yeah.
Oh,
Almost
maybe
know
this
nothing
doesn't
about it.
use the job system. Okay. It doesn't look like this uses the job system, so.
Yeah, so the next one you'd get the job system for would be a Bravely Default, probably.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah, I think so. And see,
Yeah.
my okay, so they use a crown system, which is basically a job system for Four Heroes of Light. So it is a kind of a job system,
so-
basically. Yep.
And
You
everything's
switch
by name
hats.
then, okay.
Yep. You switch hats.
Mhm.
So, but
Yeah.
yeah, so I guess so yeah, I guess like 11 had the job system.
Mm-hmm.
12 has like a weird version of the job system, kind of.
It does.
Um,
It does.
but
Yeah.
I'd say like
12 as well. So.
yeah, I'd say like the actual like implementation wasn't until that DS game, but it didn't like that DS game wasn't nearly as popular as Bravely Default, I don't think.
Yeah.
But
So,
long story short, Bravely
what do you
was.
like about? Yeah, sorry. Continue.
I was just gonna say that Bravely was my introduction, like to JRPGs, like straight up. Like that was like one of the first JRPGs I played that was like a JRPG, and so I was introduced to JRPGs through the job system. So in my brain is like, oh, job system. That's what JRPGs you're supposed to have a job system, swap between classes with your dorks, and then I played Octopath, also has a job system of sorts, and so not as robust of one as like a Bravely Default, but it's pretty pretty similar. Those are like the two like spin-off franchises that I've played a lot of. And so I've been playing all these Final Fantasy games. Like I've played quite a bit of 7. I've played all of 9 a couple times. I've played all of 6, all of 4. I've played all these, and I'm like, these are great, but something's missing, And then I'm playing through 5, and like instantly it clicks. I'm like, the job system. That's what I needed. Like this is great. I'm actually having fun. I'm mixing and matching. This is what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted that, that extra thing that you level up to, get your abilities for your jobs,
It's kind of its own metagame almost, yeah.
Yeah, and it makes, a lot of gameplay variety because, no 2 runs have to be the same because you can go about your jobs differently. And yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. Basically, long story short, it's the story's great. I think the music is probably the best Final Fantasy soundtrack I've ever heard. Like straight up,
Really?
I'm really enjoying
Over
the soundtrack
6?
for 5. Yeah, yep.
Wow.
I'm really enjoying the soundtrack for 5. It's really standing out to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, this soundtrack is amazing. So yeah, and awesome. I really like the cast. The cast is just like they don't have a lot so far. I'm not very far into it, but I've like done like 3 of the 4 crystals, and then like there's like a thing that happens after that, I'm sure, but I like so far like the cast, they don't have that like. Especially like the main protagonist parts, he doesn't really have that issue of being this like Mary Sue character that a lot of Final Fantasy protagonists have.
Yeah.
Like I think it hits its peak with Terra in particular. Like Terra is a great character, but she is like the Mary Sue of Mary Sue's. Like it is ridiculous how much of a Mary Sue she is.
That's
And
so
I also
true.
have problems with Zidane being a Mary Sue. He has some Mary Sue issues later in the game. So not in the early game, but later in the game, things happen and he gets very Mary Sue. So
yeah.
But Cecil, I mean, isn't that far into it. Like, mainly, it didn't strike me as Mary Sue because that game, like, revolves around Cecil from the beginning. And so, like, it kind of makes sense that the whole game revolves around Cecil, like, beginning to end. So I didn't think that was a big deal.
Yeah.
Um,
I was worried about 10 from what I played, Titus being that,
mhm.
but it seems like Yuna is kind of the main character of that game, which is
Oh,
interesting.
yeah.
It's kind of an anecdote. So,
Yeah.
like you play as him primarily, but like
Yep.
she's like the reason you're going on the quest. But
Right.
yeah, that kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
Yep. But yeah. So all that to say, the character, the cast, is really interesting. Really interesting. And I mean, they're I guess they're interesting because they're so like blank slates that you don't you know you don't expect too much out of them, I guess. Because there's not really a lot going on with the characters, so that's what makes them enjoyable for me. Because they each have like their like personality traits, and they kind of just stick to those, and they don't do anything like too weird or crazy outside of that. So, and the game doesn't feel like it's necessarily revolving around them. So, like it kind of is, but not in like a crazy way.
Yeah. So I guess you would call that more mechanics and story focused.
Yeah,
anything, right?
yeah, I think so. I think so with 5. Yep. That I can see that's like part of contributing to it being a black sheep in the franchise, because it doesn't like Bart isn't like this well defined like Mary Sue type character. He's just kind of like a free spirit. He's basically the Sonic the Hedgehog of Final Fantasy, like straight up. Like he's exactly like Sonic the Hedgehog, one for one. They're like they saw Sonic the Hedgehog. They're like, let's do that. And they made Bart.
Yeah. They did the meme where they slapped the credit card on the table. Give me 4 of them. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like the thing with you were saying earlier with like the like there not being a lot of like media and things like that for Final Fantasy V, like even like in Magic the Gathering, like there like is barely any Final Fantasy V representation in that thing.
Yeah, it's very it's kind of like on its own, like you said, it's a black sheep. It kind of feels like its own thing almost.
Yeah.
It feels like they just made it, and then like a lot of people adore it, and then they just have never expounded upon that ever again. So
I feel that about like 3 as well. Like I never hear anything about 3. I'll probably have to check that one out at some point.
You hear about 2 because 2 is kind of
yes.
bad.
2 is like borderline like a hellscape, from what I understand.
Yeah.
So
like, and I was going to play through 2 all the way, and I was just like, oh man, this leveling system is tough to get through.
Yeah, you just need to let people wail on you to like get your health up, and like it's rough.
It's awful. Yeah, it's not good. You kind of just have to beat the game as quickly as you can, so you don't have to do with any of that. Oh. But yeah, that was my issue with it anyway. Yeah, I'm interested about 3 because 3's to the point where people talk about 5 because it's a good game, but like I hear almost nothing about.
Yeah, I hear about like nothing. I don't even. I think it's another game that like doesn't have an established protagonist. I think it's like 1 to where like you just have like you make your own protagonist, from what I understand. So.
Yeah, because 2 has is it Furion? I think.
Yep.
He's the
main guy. I think so. Yep. So, the Wild Rose Knights or whatever.
Something like that. Yeah, Wild Rose. That sounds right. But yeah, I'm looking to play more RPGs at the beginning of this year, and 6 and 9. Since you beat those, I want to beat those so we can talk about them. I would love to.
Yeah.
Again, 6 I've beaten, but 9 I never did. So going back to those would be nice.
Yeah, 6
They
has a
would almost feel
really
like an
good
experience.
like the apex of 6 is probably the like peak of Final Fantasy right there. Like the stuff with like Kefka is like really good. Um
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
9 has some pretty good like moments, but overall 9's like just like this really good experience.
Yeah.
But like the apex of 9 I don't think quite hits the apex of 6. It gets close, but it's not quite
Okay.
there.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And yeah, and then yeah, 4 is it doesn't really have anything that interesting. Like the secret bosses weren't really that interesting. The final boss wasn't really that interesting. The twists in the game weren't really that interesting. But
Hmm.
it's just like it's a great game because like it's so short. It took me like 20-25 hours to do everything in that game.
Okay.
And um like it's a great game. Like if you're like I want to play a Final Fantasy, I don't have any idea like what a Final Fantasy is. Just play that game. Like just get like those pixel remasters, play that thing, and like that's what a Final Fantasy is. Like that's the blueprint for
Yeah.
like all the rest of them. So
That's probably the way to go, I would
yeah.
imagine. So I guess from 5, are you gonna stay on this kind of kick, or are you looking to bounce around a little bit?
I don't
I
know.
didn't know if you wanted to like jump into. I didn't know if you wanted to jump into 3 or what. Like I didn't
I
know where your
just
next.
haven't. Yeah, I haven't gotten that far yet. It honestly, it depends on um what games are available on PS1 because I kind of just want to get all the Final Fantasy games on PS1 because I have 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on PS1.
Okay.
So I
I
want
wonder
to.
if you play that combo pack with Chrono Trigger in it or something. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I might get that combo pack just to play. Yeah, just to play Chrono Trigger and then eventually play um 4 again. But because yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like
Yep.
that combo pack. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
but yeah, that's
Yeah, that'd be sick.
yeah, that's what I've been up to basically is a lot of Final Fantasy. Just trying to get through this
Mhm.
big franchise. I've had a lot of downtime because I've been sick, so like I just want to get through
Yeah.
this franchise as much as possible. And yeah, I got because
Yeah.
I'm also interested in getting back around to 7 and starting that up again. I'll just start a new save on that and trying to push through that. Because I'm
7.
really interested
Okay.
in
So
8.
yeah. So 7, I think. Um, the middle part of that game is pretty weak.
Okay.
Um, it's interesting because you can do a lot, but like the Fort Condor stuff is bad. Um, the Golden Saucer is fun sometimes, but it's kind of grindy. Um, but like there's like really good story bits with like Barrett's stuff. And his like going back to his hometown. That's all really good. And his partner, I forget what his partner is. I always forget that dude's name. That's always a good storyline. It's really good in Rebirth as well, because that's kind of the meat of the game they get into there. Um, but yeah, I think 7 ends very strong, like really strong. Um, I mean, you obviously know One Winged Angel, like you're going to fight
Oh yeah.
Sephiroth at some point,
Yep.
but like that whole sequence is still very strong.
Yeah, I bet.
I
I bet it is. Yep.
Yeah, and going to pursue the weapons is fun because those are pretty tough super bosses too. So and it's really cool to just play something that you've heard about
Yeah.
for a long time. The like Ruby weapon is super cool. I love Ruby
Yeah,
weapon.
9 was pretty disappointing on the super bosses as well. Like it has like two super bosses, and I did like the really hard one before I did like the not as hard one. And the not as hard one was like, "Oh, you beat my boss. This is not gonna end well for me." And then it didn't end well
Yeah,
for him.
yeah, you just totally waxed him. You're
Uh
like, I've
huh.
been training.
Yeah, like
That's really
because I died several times on like the super boss because I did him a little bit early, I guess, and so
yeah, yeah,
I like was like doing like elite strategy stuff, like because you can get really broken in 9. That's the fun part about 9 is like if you know what you're doing with the ability system in that game, like you can get really broken and make it to where like you
Yeah.
just can't die, and like
Yeah, yeah.
um
7 is very similar that way. You like
okay.
it. The thing that's tough about 7 is that all the really good materia you have to like really grind for, and that
Gotcha.
kind of sucks.
Yeah, you don't have to do a lot of grinding in
Also,
9.
and also getting Knights of the Round is a pain in the ass. It's
Yeah,
such a
that's the
pain.
one you want to get. Like I'm gonna have to get Knights of the Round if I play that. Like I don't care how
Yep.
annoying it is. Like that's the one of the coolest summons ever. I've never gotten to summon it in any of the games because I've
So
never
cool.
played one that had Knights Around.
Mm-hmm.
My my
Is it
favorite
Rebirth does
summon.
not have Knights of the Round. Yeah, Rebirth doesn't have Knights of the Round because you don't get Knights of the Round until the end of that game,
Yeah,
basically.
like Disc 3 and those remakes. Both those remakes of 7 are still on Disc 1 content. Like the end of that second remake is the end of the Disc 1 content.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
that's crazy.
With yeah.
They're gonna have to do 2 discs worth of content in one game. That's kind of wild.
So from what I understand, but and, we'll pivot off of Final Fantasy talk in a second. But like what I understand about 3 is it's going to not take as long because most of the assets are already generated.
Right. Yeah.
Because they've already basically made that whole game world except for the final couple things like the mountain area and like the end boss and stuff. Like all the main stuff is like there. And I wonder for 3 like how they structure it. Do they make it all one contiguous world? That would be kind of interesting to see. That'd still be kind of an undertaking because Midgar itself is level based pretty much in Remake, whereas Rebirth is flat and open worldy. It's weird. They're totally different games, Rebirth and Remake. Um, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we see that game this year. I think we see it next year, and I bet you we see a trailer for it like the Game Awards or something like that, or like Summer Game Fest, or like they'll tease it, they'll show something, and then I bet you we actually see gameplay next year because
Yeah.
when did Rebirth came out? Rebirth came out last year or 2 years ago, something like that. No, I think it was last year. Well, it's 26 now, so 2 years ago at this point. I'm pretty sure it was 23. So yeah, or 24, I should say. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to see when they put that thing out because that would wrap up the trilogy,
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
but that's
Real quick, just before we end the Final Fantasy talks, so I looked into a bit. See, they have the 5 and 6 anthology, right, on PS1.
yeah,
Then they've got the 4 and Chrono Trigger, which is Chronicles. Final Fantasy Chronicles is 4 and Chrono Trigger. And then they've got
Okay.
Final Fantasy Origins, which is Final Fantasy 1 and 2. That's also on PS1.
Yeah.
They never released Final Fantasy 3 on PS1.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So I want to get Origins and I want to get Chronicles.
Yeah, I don't know where they first released 3. I'm trying to think.
In the West, I was looking into it. It said that it wasn't released until like a DS like 3D like release of 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they remade 3 and 4 in like this 3D
Yep.
version.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was the first like international release was the 3D remake.
Insane. That's crazy.
Yeah, I
So
see
when's
the
first, like-
3D version of 4 a lot. I wonder if that's a good version of that game to play.
I don't know. I've never played that DS version. But when is the first time they've actually released 3 like in its actual form? Do you know?
I think it was the
Does it tell
Pixel
you?
remasters.
Was it really? That's fascinating to me. That's actually fascinating. Yeah, I'd be interested to see how you tackle that. Which version you'd want to play.
Yeah, I don't know because that I want to play it on PS1. I'm enjoying playing 5 on PS1 to be honest because I have it on a PS2 Slim, so the load times are like not really that bad. So
Yeah.
like I have load times whereas I wouldn't have them if I was like playing a Pixel remaster or playing on a cartridge or whatever, but like they're really not that bad. Like after playing 9, there's no such thing as bad load times. Let me tell you. 9 on hardware is so bad that I had to switch to a PS2 because I was playing on a PS1. The load times were so bad I had to switch to a PS2 and use the faster load times of the PS2. It was that bad.
So, do you think it's actually slow, or do you think your PS1 is dying? That's my real question.
Both. I think it's both. Yep.
Okay. It's both compound issue.
Yep.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Anyway, we're checking on our Final Fantasy buses.
Yeah.
I'm playing some games. You're playing some games. I selfishly really want to play that Final Fantasy One beat 'em up, or Devil May Cry, like whatever that one's called. The
I want
they
to
put it
kill
out.
chaos. That one.
Stranger Paradise.
Stranger Paradise. Yep.
sometime.
Yep. I do too.
Because I hear the game's kind of awesome, but like
Yeah.
everything around it is just not.
But you gotta kill chaos.
I do have to. I fun fact. I've killed Chaos.
Oh my
That's
gosh, you
something I
killed chaos? Oh my gosh. He's a
killed
Magic the
Chaos.
Gathering
That's
card.
actually a tough boss.
You should kill him in
Yeah,
Magic
that's
the
a tough
Gathering.
boss.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get you into
I
Magic
think
the Gathering.
Warmac, yeah, Warmac the Super Boss was obviously tougher, but
Yeah.
yeah, Chaos was more annoying. We'll put it that way.
Yeah. No, I've like been on this big Final Fantasy kick. And like 9 has my favorite summon. Definitely my favorite summon. Very upset that this is not a Magic the Gathering card. But it's like a super secret summon. So if you don't want spoilers for ancient game, it's Arc is the summon. Summon Arc. So it's like this big ship that transforms into a mech, and then it puts down like this giant like summoning circle and fires lasers on the enemy, or not like missiles on the enemy. It does like a missile barrage that like explodes the whole area. But that's not enough. So then it brings out a head cannon to like with this giant laser beam, and it shoots them with the giant laser beam, and then it does a pan out of the entire like planet, and you can see this like pillar of fire blasting out of the planet. It's awesome.
Insane.
It's so
like
cool.
It's like a Dragon Ball Fighters end kill.
Yeah, it's so cool. I love the design of Arc. It's so awesome. It's my favorite summon.
Arc. Okay, I'm looking forward to that. Then that's cool.
Yeah, you gotta go through some hoops to do it, but if you beat all the secret bosses, you will get this thing. So,
I mean, like it's like you said, I'm Final Fantasy VII pilled, obviously, but Remake's Bahamut Zero is by far my favorite summon. It's so incredible,
nice.
And you don't technically summon it, but like it's something you fight in Remake, or can you summon it? I can't remember if you can summon it in Remake. But it's so fun to fight. That thing is amazing.
You fight Bahamut in 4 as well as a secret boss. That's a pretty cool fight.
Yeah. To get, is it Excalibur or Muramasa? You have to talk to Bahamut for a quest in Final Fantasy 1.
Oh, okay.
There's like a quest line. There's like a quest line with him and his lineage. So.
Yeah, in 4 you have to beat Dark Bahamut to get Muramasa. Yep. He guards Dark Bahamut guards Muramasa. But by that point, that's like at the very, very, very end of the game. Like you're in the last dungeon, and so you already have like Rydia can summon Bahamut if you went and did the optional fight with Bahamut. So like it's pretty cool. You're like summoning Bahamut to fight Bahamut. So
yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, Rydia's a really great summoner character, by the way. Just throwing that out. I think she might be my favorite from 4. She's a really great character.
Okay, cool. Well, I know everyone is loving this Final Fantasy talk. We should probably talk about other things.
Probably.
Quick anecdote. Something I want to say real quick is you were talking about playing Final Fantasy 15 in chat the other night, and you can get I think you can get Knights of the Round in 15.
Oh, nice. That's fun. Cool. Yeah, I'll get.
I'm pretty sure it's a really cool cutscene.
Yeah, I think I'm more interested in. I have 15 and 16, but I think I'm more interested in 16 if I was to play a modern one. So
yeah, 16's awesome.
Yeah.
16 is all. It's all hype moments and aura. We'll put it that way. But it's also like the least Final Fantasy out of all of them. But like for a pure action game, for a pure story game, it's really good. I think you'd like that one.
Yep.
And if you like it, you'd like Devil May Cry. I tell you that. So if you like it, you'd like Devil May Cry.
Nice.
But yeah, that's some Final Fantasy
The
talk.
Final Fantasy block.
So we talked about 4, 6. Final Fantasy block. Yeah, that's instead of game block, it's that. You talked about 4, 6, some of 7, 8, 9. We talked about those here. We already had a Final Fantasy episode. What are we doing?
What did we even talk about in the last one?
I
There's just so much to talk about with that franchise. Like it's huge.
Well,
so.
Yeah, there really is. There really is. There's a lot to talk about. But yeah, some other stuff that is not of the RPG persuasion. I kind of wanted to quickly touch on that. Nothing a ton to say about them, but I finished a couple games since the last time we recorded. One game was called Unpacking. Have you ever heard of Unpacking ever? It's a very low key, very low key puzzle game. I wouldn't even call it a puzzle game. So the gist of this thing is you're basically following someone's life in stages. The main core conceit of the game is that you're unpacking apartments, houses, whatever, through the years for a person. Like you're basically you're the embodiment of a character, and you're putting stuff on shelves, books on shelves, and teddy bears on beds, whatever. Like as you get older and progress through years, like the apartment's kind of telling a story, which is interesting. Like you kind of get little glimpses of this person's life with the items that you're putting away, and it's really interesting. Like it's interesting to see story be communicated through items and item descriptions. Technically, it kind of reminds me of like this sort of like assumed uh, narration, which is really cool. It's like everything is environmental storytelling. But yeah, it's cool. It's a very short game. It's like I think it took me 4 hours to beat. I just played on a whim on my Switch. I'd been meaning to get through it for a while. It's actually the last game I beat last year. Number 43. I beat 43 games last year, which is kind of a big deal. Definitely the most I've ever beaten. So hooray for me. But yeah, that was a good way to kind of like wind up 25. Very low key, low stress sort of thing. But yeah, you're putting stuff away. You're hanging up clothes in a closet. Once you progress through the years, you like notice like, oh, she's moving in with somebody, so they have all their stuff lying around too, and you have to kind of make room for it while you're putting away your new clothes because they're moving in. And oh, she broke up with somebody, this person I'm putting the clothes away for, and you're moving back into your old house that you unpacked towards the beginning of the game, like stuff like that. It's kind of an interesting game in that way. I haven't seen another game quite like it. Just kind of tell a story through items like that. So Unpacking, really fun, cozy game that it's kind of old at this point. I think it's 2019. But I've been meaning to play through it, check it out. And that was a good one. I like that one a lot. Another one I kind of cinched up was Citizen Sleeper, which I mentioned on a previous podcast, I want to say. But it's a visual novel. Not steampunk, but like kind of like future punk visual novel, with dice rolls, interesting dice rolls. It kind of feels like a tabletop RPG in some ways, where you're making hard decisions with given random rolls. Like how successful you're going to be with this roll. The dice is numbered 1 through 6. Like the higher your dice roll, the better you'll do on a given action. And there are pluses and minuses depending on what you do, that sort of thing. But the story there is really good. The writing is great. With visual novels, I feel like you know writing can kind of get up its own ass sometimes, like when it's trying to be really descriptive about something. It's like, oh, look at our world, we're describing in so much detail what's going on. Like this has an economy of language and words that it feels descriptive enough without being too like not preachy but like verbose, I suppose. And I really like that. It wasn't like it wasn't slow, but it took me 10 hours to beat. It was kind of like one of the longer um visual novels I've played in a while. I don't play a ton of them, to be honest with you. And honestly, for the genre, as according to you, that's kind of short, 10 hours. But it was really good. I had the second one. I've been kind of picking away at that. But yeah, it's choice based consequences and really interesting NPC dialogue interactions. And the main chunk of the game is you're kind of like moving your way very like Persona 3 portable across like a map. and you're kind of selecting actions and stuff and talking to people, and you have like health meter and then a dice roll, and every time you run out of dice, you got to sleep, and then it takes away from your energy and your like physical status because you're like this robot that needs to have constant upkeep, kind of. So yeah, it's an interesting world, really well written. It's only made by a few people, but it's I want to say it's from the same publisher. I think it's the same publisher that did uh the Forgotten City. I think it's Fellow Traveler or something like that. Um, I'm pretty sure it's that. And maybe I'm complaining it was something else, but I'm kind of it feels like it's from the same thing. So anyway, it's kind of keeping that sort of like really strong narrative chops that publisher usually does. So um, yeah, it's a really good game. I haven't quite grokked what the second one's doing quite yet because it's a little more mechanics heavy, which is kind of daunting. I kind of have to get my head around it, but yeah, the first one's great. I'm glad I played through that. Trying to see what else I have. Yeah, we talked about all the Final Fantasy stuff for sure, but I wanted to talk to you real quick before I kind of do a couple check-ins with Toree for the Saturn. That's not the full name. It's just Toree on the Sega Saturn, right? Is that
No,
what I
no,
understand?
nope.
No.
It's called Toree Saturn. It's an indie game.
Oh, it's called Toree. Okay, I
Yep.
thought you meant. Okay. Never mind.
Okay. Yeah. So it's yeah, it's yeah, Toree Saturn. It is a sequel. There was Toree 3D, and then there was a second one, like Toree 2, and I think this is the third one in the
Third
series.
one. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Toree 3D, Toree 2. I guess there's also Toree's Panic Pack, which is kind of like a smaller one. Yeah, and then it's like a minigame thing, and then there's Toree Saturn. Yep. And they did the same like developer also did MacBat 64, Beanie, and Super Kiwi 64. So
Yeah, I played that one. Super Kiwi 64 is a good game.
okay,
Yeah.
yep. Yeah, I've been playing these since Toree 3D, these Toree games, because I just saw it on Switch one day back in like whenever it came out, close to then, and I was like, oh, I'll try this, and that's like a quick romp, and that's basically what Toree Saturn is. It has a little bit more to it than a normal Toree game because it's like they're like, magnum opus or whatever. But it took me like an afternoon. It's like 8 levels or maybe 10. And yeah, it was fun. They got like a little story going on. They're basically copying Sonic Adventure 2, but in a fun way. So, and they've got like a lot of nods to that game. The gameplay itself is very Sonic Adventure 2-esque. And the they got like a mini game that's like a Tony Hawk Pro Skater type mini game. So they're just kind of throwing it all in there. So it's pretty fun.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, that's Toree Saturn. It's called Toree
Saturn.
That's the
Yep.
full title.
That's the full title. Yep. Toree.
Full title.
Saturn.
T-O-R-I or E-E, not I-E.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Or okay,
Yep.
sweet. Yeah, I have a few more check-ins. I got 2 or 3 more things, and then I'm going to jump into the things I've really been playing. I guess I put a lot of hours into Outer Worlds, which I'll get into. But yeah, so check-ins, some more Ball Pit. That's still it's fun. Not much to say on that. Just kind of playing that. That's not a very there's not a lot to talk about with that game, but it's one of those games I kind of come back to and just continue to just play and chip at. It's just a fun roguelike. It's just really engaging, easy to play. It's a very easy game to play. So again, Ball Pit, very, very good game. A little bit more Arc Raiders, not much to speak about either. Just still kind of getting my feet wet in that game. I like that game a fair bit, but I don't like love it or anything. I still feel like I'm still trying to get my head around some of the aspects of it, but I haven't been on recently because of the holidays. So Arc Raiders has been fun from what I played. Um, I do think gathering resources sucks, and the menus kind of suck, which is just kind of a bummer. Um, but it's not the worst thing in the world or anything. Um, but then yeah, finally a game I started, and not much to say about either because it's kind of like another game I played this year is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate. So do you know anything about this game at all?
Not really. I've heard the name. That's about it.
Yeah, it's so you're a TMNT guy. I'm a TMNT
Yep.
guy. We love those. We love the cartoons. We love the games.
Yep.
Um, it's I'm not familiar with the studio that makes it. I forget their name. I need to do my diligence on it. Honestly, but it's basically Hades. It's a Hades. It's a roguelike. It's a stage based roguelike with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles characters, but it's less complicated, less complex. There's not like a lot of level variation. You're kind of just going from point to point and fighting enemies. And it's stage based, right? So you're going from rooftops to the sewers or whatever, blah 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 blah. You're trying to get to the end boss and continue the story because everyone knows they're in a not in a loop, but like in a recurring event sort of cycle. So it's um it's good. I got it on Switch. I bought it initially. It was like cheap. It was like $10. I bought it initially, and it was just the Switch version, and I cannot tell you how bad that game looked on the original Switch version. It was dog water. I was like, I can't believe this is how this game looks on Switch, original Switch. And either they pushed out a upgrade or I bought the wrong version, but I upgraded to the Switch 2 version for like $2 or $3 more, and it looks like night and day. I was like, I don't know how they could have put this thing on Switch 1.
Hmm.
But yeah, it looks a lot better. It's not like an amazing looking game or anything, but it plays
Sure.
really well. It was actually an Apple Arcade game to start, so I can kind of see where that visual fidelity went, um, and got downgraded, getting ported to the Switch, I imagine. But yeah, it's good. It's a fun time. You like the turtles, you like beating things up. It's a good game for that. So that's kind of all I had to say about that. But yeah, another thing, the voice acting is really strong in that game, like really strong. It kind of reminds me of Hades in how it's very artful and crafty about its characters and voice acting and kind of story itself. It's a kind of clever game. It feels like it punches a budget a little bit. So yeah, that's a fun one. Um, and then like the game I kind of like dove into the most besides the Outer Worlds 2 is the 100 line Last Defense Academy. So um, I got this on sale. I think it's a 50 $60 game. I got it for like $45. I'm like, that's a deal on the eShop. And I'm not too aware of Danganronpa. I haven't played through those games or anything. Um, I am not even really familiar with anything Spike Chunsoft, anything like that. But the creator of those games, Danganronpa, he went off and started Studio Tokyo Games, I think it's called. And he's been making some stuff on Switch, like Raincode. He did Raincode. Um, I forget what the full name of that one is. But then his next effort is this 100 line Last Defense Academy, and I think this game would be so up your alley, dude. Like it's insane. It feels like it feels like Fire Emblem, but like the risk reward is so tantalizing. It like it takes the punishment of losing characters in Fire Emblem and makes it an interesting mechanic.
Oh.
So, a little background. It's the setting is everybody kind of lives under this dome or like this kind of like gated community sort of area, and sometimes these fire drills happen and they have to go like underground into a sewer. They don't ever know why. It's just kind of routine for them. Um, and at some point, events transpire and things kind of go haywire, and these like purple bear looking aliens sort of thing start invading, and um, the main character kind of has a moment where he has like some greater power call into him, and he turns all superhero-y and fights them off, right? And then he wakes up from getting knocked out and in a classroom, very Danganronpa style. And so you're kind of interrogating these people that have ended up in the same place, and it's so Danganronpa, this stuff, like all the like it's like a grid-based tactical game when you're actually playing it, and then it's like a Danganronpa game in the classroom. Otherwise, so which is really cool. It's a more engaging game than a Danganronpa, which is mostly a visual novel and like a spot the item game, right? Um, but the interesting thing about the combat system in this game is that when you lose characters, you get like perks to your combat abilities. So like basically if you lose somebody, it like boosts yourself, which is kind of cool. Um and like the transformation of your character is really cool. I think it's called Hemo Anima, which is like um it's like a blood transformation, which is really cool. Like the character gets wreathed in like this shower of blood, and he wears like the school uniform for Persona, and he's like ready to fight. It's really cool, and the combat's really good. I think you would get a real kick out of this thing. It's really good from what I've seen so far. I played about
Yeah.
3 or 4 hours. But I already knew you were interested in this thing. You've heard about this,
Yep.
of course.
Yep. I've talked about it, wanting to try it out. The the developer and like the director or whatever have been very earnest, so I've been wanting to check that out when I get the chance. So
Yeah, it's I recommend getting it on sale if you can. It's
yeah,
worth playing. It's on PC and Switch. I'm playing the Switch version, which kind of stinks. I wish there was a Switch 2 upres, but honestly, it looks pretty good, even still, for it not being a upres port or anything like that.
yeah,
But yeah, it's going to be something I pick away at the beginning of the year here, and it's very engaging. Voice acting is also very good too. They do the whole trope of Danganronpa characters, where you got the heavy, you got the manic pixie dream girl, and the nerd, and all that stuff. You know, the manic teenager, whatever. They have all these archetypes here. Um, there's a weird like brother and sister pairing that like it's super weird. Like the brother character is like fawning after his sister in a way that seems borderline like psychopathic and maybe psychosexual. It's really odd. I
oh,
haven't seen this sort of archetype in a game, and I'm like, this is kind of gross. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Like for instance, she's like, "Oh, I don't know if I could do this, big brother," and he's like, "Oh, yes, you can. Oh, anything for my or for my little sister." And he's like literally like drooling out his mouth, like in the game, and it's really gross and weird and off-putting. I'm
it
like, "Oh my
sounds
god,
like
I hope this person gets killed." Yeah,
sounds like
yeah.
Gauche from Black Clover.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen any Black Clover, so I can't relate. But
Uh-huh.
if it's anything like that, then yeah, it's pretty off-putting. So
It's
um,
awkward. So that whole coffin
it's
of Andy and
yeah.
Lele thing. Did you ever hear
Okay.
about that
There you
game?
go. Tell me about it.
Oh, you don't know that game? Oh gosh, I don't know if I want to.
Okay,
it,
so
it,
give me the safe for work version. We'll go with that.
it,
How about
it
that?
I honestly don't know much about this game. All I know is that it has to do with like a brother and sister, and like I think the sister likes the brother, and then they do like cannibal stuff. But I don't. Yeah, it's like one of those like really shock
Not to get,
games. It's like what it's supposed to be.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've been reading some Fire Punch. I don't know if you heard of Fire Punch. It's from Tatsuki Fujimoto, which I've
Yep.
been reading a
Yep.
lot recently.
Yep. I've heard
And
of
there's
it.
some weird stuff with there's some weird stuff with brothers and sisters at the beginning of that where I'm like, which thankfully they don't stay on that long, but it's really
Yeah.
weird. Um, yeah, yeah, I'm not into all that
The
portion
whole
of fandom or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
the
a
whole sister brother thing, not my thing. Not my thing
Sweet
at all.
Home Japan, Alabama. Yep.
There you go. Yeah, Sweet Home Japan, Alabama. I like that. It really rolls off the tongue. Uh,
Uh,
but yeah, from when I played the 100 line Last Defense Academy is it's very good. It's actually kind of surprising how much I like it. I'm not saying I would hate this game. I really like tactics games specifically. I feel like I've been getting more into tactics games as the years kind of roll on. My last big tactics game recently was Tactical Breach Wizards, which was on my top 10 last year game of the year. So yeah, I'm gonna be playing more of it. It's really cool. I really really like that game. Um, and then yeah, the last thing I've been playing in kind of this game block is the Outer Worlds 2. So I really really dove into this thing. The first time I talked about it, I put like 2 to 5 hours into it. I can't remember which, but it was kind of like just getting your feet wet for like a Obsidian game or Bethesda style game like this RPG, Western RPG. That's like nothing. That's no time at all to kind of understand what kind of game it is. But it is different than the first one in key ways, but it's very similar, and I really like that about it. It's the issue I have with the first one, like the RPG systems are great. They're crunchy. They're great. There's like a lot of customization you can do with your character in the first one. There's a lot of interesting stuff you can do on the supernova difficulty that really engage you on an RPG level that I appreciate. And Outer Worlds 2 just like takes all the crunchiness of the RPGs and just like ratchets it up and makes it more interesting. The leveling system is a little flatter, so you're like specking into more skills instead of just like, hey, I'm gonna level up my speech and that's it. Like, no, there's like a lot of useful things you could put 1 or 2 points into. And they basically overhaul the flaw system. So like when you basically get a perk that allows you to do something, but there's like sometimes a detractor. So for instance, there's a couple flaws I have in mind where like you get this thing that's I think it's called bad knees, where like the game has noticed that you've been stealth crouching for a long time, and it gives you like a plus whatever to your sneak stat, and then like how quick you can crouch walk. But if you stand up, your knees will crack, and people will hear you within a 10 mile radius or
That's funny.
10 meter radius, something like that. Yeah, stuff like that. It's pretty good. And then there's a couple other good ones like you can harvest people's hearts, and it'll add like a +2 each time to your health pool, which is kind of fun. I don't think there's any drawback on that, but obviously you're killing people, which is a no for some big situations in those games. But yeah, they overhauled that stuff. But the thing they really have done super well is first of all, Obsidian. They write amazing characters. They're really good at writing RPG characters and Fallout New Vegas, Avowed, this Star Wars KOTOR 2. They're good at that stuff. Really good. Even the Pillars of Eternity games, which I really like, and honestly need to get back to those too. Um, but they basically had like I think it was more than 5 companions for the Outer Worlds one. They like really shrunk them down to like a core 4 to 5 member cast, and the game is just so much stronger because of it. Like they really focus on key people. They have very lengthy companion quests, which is really good. It's the closest an Obsidian game has felt to being a Mass Effect game or a Mass Effect 2. And I think it's brilliant. The writing is excellent here. I feel like they really get a better understanding of what like they want to show you in this game than the first one. Like the first one feels like a really really strong template for like what this game is, which is just like even better on like every front. The Microsoft money is here in full force. Like it feels like they got to make the game they wanted to make with no concessions, which is great. Um, at some point, that might bite them in the ass because being owned by Microsoft is kind of a bad thing these days. Um, but having the money to do whatever you want is really cool, and it feels like they got to do that. The quests are great. The side quests are really entertaining. The main cast is awesome. There's a couple standouts that are going to be kind of competing for my character of the year. Tristan Rao, he's an amazing character. Protectorate Arbiter. Um, there's Marisol as well. Marisol Delgado. Um, there's like basically every person that you get in the game is part of like one of these core factions. It's like the equivalent of like if you played New Vegas, you would get like a ranger, you would get like um, like a legionary from Caesar's Legion. Like it'd be like if you got a character from each of those factions. We'll put it that way. Um, and it's really cool to see everybody's opposing viewpoints on things. Like when you encounter like their own faction or you encounter an opposing faction, how they respond to it. And there's a lot of like chirping in when you're talking to like NPCs. Like they did a lot of work on just the dialogue and just the choice and just the um, opportunities that the game gets to react to you, and it's really good. I think it's Obsidian's best game by far that I played, um, even over New Vegas, which is a masterpiece unto itself. But it's the gunplay is really good here. Like Outer Worlds one, the gunplay was okay, and a lot of these games, like kind of the combat's not the point, but like
Yeah.
it feels like they really got the money to make what they wanted, and it feels awesome. Every part of this game feels awesome. All the science weapons are good. The Outer Worlds one only had first person. This has third person too. That you can kind of toggle on and off. Um, I just think it's awesome. Um, It's too late in the year. It will not be my number one game. It's going to be on my top 10 for sure. I just can't, in good conscience, give it my number one spot, even though it's like the most game for me. Um, I've told you what my number one game is. No spoilers, but it's not that. It's a game I played this year for sure, and I adore it. But this is going to be top 10, top 5 material when it's all said and done. I'm about 75% way through it according to PlayStation, so put about 30 hours into it so far. I expect I have about another 5 to 10 to put in before I'm done because I'm trying to finish all the companion quests, some side quests before I reach the end of it. But I'm really loving it. Really loving it. I don't like it more than Clair Obscur, I think, this year, but it's right next to it. I think it's up there. So yeah, Outer Worlds 2. By the next podcast, I'll be done with it for sure. And time will tell if I go back to trophy hunt this thing or whatever quickly enough, because once I beat Outer Worlds 1, I just went and did it again and got all the stuff. So we'll see if that happens here, if I'll make way for more games. But anyway, yeah, that's Outer Worlds 2 pretty much. It's nice because you don't have to play the first one and play the second one. It takes place in a different solar system, doesn't share any of the same characters. Like, if you wanted to jump in on this, Noah, you could get everything you want out of it in one go. Even though it has a 2, I wouldn't let it daunt you or anything like that.
Okay.
It's awesome. And Obsidian is really good at making these games, and in some ways I think they surpass Bethesda in some ways. Not in like scope, but like in depth, I think.
Yeah.
They're really good for that. So
Yep.
yeah, it's really good. Really good. So for Obsidian games, have you played any of their stuff besides New Vegas or
No,
not
I
really?
think it was just New Vegas. Yeah, I really like that game. It's
Yeah.
my favorite Fallout title. So it's my favorite like
Yeah.
Bethesda type game. So
Right. Right. I think you would I think you'd love Fallout Season 2, dude. This last episode was
oh yeah,
so New Vegas.
I probably would.
It was insane. Like
Yeah,
I'll get to it in the TV stuff, but like when I describe it, it's like, oh man,
there
this is so.
hasn't. Honestly, I've been waiting for like this next season of anime to start. Maybe I'll just check that out while I'm waiting for this next season of anime to start. There hasn't been a lot of anime
Yeah.
that I've been wanting to watch. So
Yeah, Fallout Season 1 is eight episodes,
I'm
easy, and then the season 2 has 3, so 3 episodes so far.
yeah,
Um,
like 90%, 95% of what I watch is anime. So, but like
Yeah.
if I like am not watching anime, then I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll check this thing out. I'm not opposed to watching non-anime. It's more so just like that's been my default
Yeah.
for so many years that it's just like
Mhm.
I don't even know where to start when I'm like watching not anime stuff. So
The bulk of my not anime watching is with my wife. Like I've
that's
been getting
fair.
through a lot of shows with her.
Yeah.
Honestly, the one or two shows that broke the norm for me has been Welcome to Derry and Peacemaker. Other than that, it's been like strictly anime, honestly, because we've had some tape stuck earlier last year, and I've just been watching One Piece like insane, and
Mm.
we had Champloo and all that. So
There's just a lot of
yeah,
good
but
anime. So
it's really good.
of
Really
course,
good
I've
times to be
gotten
watching.
kind of to the point where I'm watching the really bad stuff now, and so I'm just like, maybe
Yeah,
I need to take a break.
I don't know if I could recommend that sort of thing, but I don't want to yuck your yum either.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
When I've watched like the 500th like guy goes to a isekai world, whatever, then I'm just now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, maybe I don't need to watch every single one of these things.
Yeah, you don't need my husband is a lampshade and gone to Terabithia. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah. That's a good one I hear. I hear that one's good.
yeah, probably.
Yeah. I love it because you can it's just like word scramble. You can say whatever you want. It's
Yeah,
just like
and
and it's
you might
kinda
actually
learn-
hit something that's actually real.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. To kind of like end the game block. There's a lot of text here on this doc. We don't have to talk about all this. This is just some suggested talking points. But yeah, we're gearing up for Game of the Year. That's February. We're gonna record something in February. It's probably gonna be as long as our last one, which was like 4 hours. And that was really fun. I like doing that for our inaugural year. But yeah, I guess what's some stuff you're trying to get to before we kind of hit that? Is there any stuff you kind of want to check out?
Yeah, like for like 2025 stuff. Yeah, I mean,
anything you haven't
I need
touched?
to finish Silent Hill F. I know I need to finish that thing. I need to do a playthrough of that thing.
I would love to have a conversation with you about it. It was maybe the most fascinating game this year.
I'm very curious on Trails in the Sky, that remake. And I'm not that interested in Clair Obscur right now. Not right now. I don't think I am. Like, every time I see that game, I just get less interested in it. Genuinely, like, every time I see like footage of that game, I just like get less interested in that thing. It just doesn't really look like my type of game.
Yeah, okay. I can see that. I think if you are not at least semi interested after that like first hour, that opening hour, I don't know if you'll be into it or not. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying
I might force myself
but
to do
like,
that then, but like at some point, but
that first hour gets you in so quick, like with what the game is and what
sure.
Like it set the tone quicker than most games I played this year. It's just like, hey, we have this premise. You understand the stakes. You understand the combat system immediately, and it's like, boom, you're there. And if you're not into that, then maybe it isn't for you. I don't know, but it sucked me in completely, like completely. Um, I think before Game of the Year, just like play an hour of it, see if you like it. You might not. But I think if you are interested, it's a good way to keep going because if you've been playing like Final Fantasy IV, that's a 25-hour game. It took me 25 hours to beat Clair Obscur. Like, that's not a long game. So, and I just think the characters are great and the combat's awesome. It's my favorite JRPG combat system, like full stop. So, even over Metaphor, which I might be sacrilege, but I love that game. So, yeah, spoilers. It's not my game of the year. I'm gonna spoil that here. I don't care. Um, but it's up there. It's up there. So, but yeah, that's a good one. I started Trails in the Sky back up this afternoon, and that'll be my main squeeze after Outer Worlds and a couple other things I've been playing on my Switch. I'm gonna be playing Trails and Ghost of Yotei, kind of back and forth until Game of the Year. So, I'm thinking end of February, like we did last year, might be okay, or mid February, something like that. We'll kind of ask each other when the best time to do it is, I think. Um, but yeah, the stuff I want to kind of get to is, like I said, Ghost of Yotei, Trails in the Sky. I need to finish Bravely Default. That's like the thing that's been like nagging me. It's just I talked to you about it when we were just chatting the other day. I just I've been trying to get to a point in that game where it just clicks for me, and I haven't been there yet. And I don't know why that is. I want to like that game so bad, and well, I like that game. I don't love that game, and I want to be there with it. You know what I mean? Um, and I don't like quitting on games personally. Like, I want to see stuff I put time into and like see it through all the way. I kind of get disappointed if I just drop something. Um, I've been pretty good about seeing through a lot of things this year, so I don't want that to be the one thing that falls by the wayside. But I can't guarantee I'll finish that by Game of the Year or not. I don't know, but yeah, that is kind of what I want to get into really for my handheld stuff. Um, I need to play the Dragon Quest remakes before 7 comes out because I kind of want to play the old stuff before the new fresh shiny remake comes out. And then yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles. Like, I really want to get my hands on that. So, but yeah, you're not interested in Tactics at all, are you? I'm pretty sure you're not. We've talked about it.
No, I don't. I don't like those grid games that much. I just like my Fire Emblem. That's about it.
Yeah, you can't say ISOSLOP. Just call it a good game, and we'll back away slowly. That's.
I could go with ISOSLOP if you want me to, but
don't do it. Don't do it. I'll shoot you.
Whatever you want me to call it. I mean,
using slop as a modifier raises my hackles in a way I feel is uncool for present companies. So I will move on.
It's in the dictionary now. But it refers to like
slop,
AI.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the proper term for AI is slop.
Yeah.
So.
It's
AI can be good for some things, but not for the arts, in my opinion.
Yeah, it made Expedition 33, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it made that whole game, from start to finish.
Yep, it's ChatGPT.
But yeah, besides stuff we want to catch up on Game of the Year, what's your I don't know how to explain this. Your sicko shit. What's like your backlog looking like? Like, kind of walk me through it for the spring / early summer. How you
like everything I want to play for my backlog?
Yeah, just some like quick anecdotes about stuff you're interested in. I don't kind of know where you're at.
Yeah, I'm at the point where I just ordered Final Fantasy Chronicles and Final Fantasy Origins on eBay while we were
Oh,
doing
you
this
just did?
podcast.
Hilarious.
So
Hilarious.
that's the point
Nice.
where I'm at. I think I just want to play these Final Fantasies and Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, keep talking. I'm gonna grab something. Keep talking.
I'm
Keep talking.
also interested in I want to play Jumping Flash. I think I want to play Jumping Flash. I've played a little bit of Jumping Flash, but I haven't played enough of Jumping Flash.
Interesting. Okay.
Um,
Flash. What makes you want to do Jumping Flash? Just because it's a PS1 game?
yeah, I like PS1 games and it looks cool. Yeah, just a lot of PS1 stuff. I think I'm getting back into my PS1 kick.
Nice.
Because I wanna get at some point when I'm like ready to play it, I'm gonna get Cardia, The World of Fate. That because I don't know if you've heard of that one, but it's an SRPG with Amano artwork. Amano did the art for it. It's published by Atlas. So
Published by Atlas. Is it
yep.
is it a good game? I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent game from what I've heard. So
Okay.
And so I want to play that. I want to play Legend of Mana as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I bought some of the Mana games on Switch. I think I bought like I bought Collection of Mana on Switch.
Yep. I think I
Mana and a couple others. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like, there's like the ones on the like SNES, but I think I just want to play that PlayStation version.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just I think I just want to play, like, I've got stuff I need to play on PS2 as well, but like right now I'm just kind of feeling like playing PS1 stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get into it when we talk about hockey stuff, which is coming up here soon. But a little preamble. I got this puppy.
Yeah, nice. Yep, I also own that game.
This. It's such a nice cover. Like this holographic cover is really nice.
I don't have that cover, sadly. I bought it like used at GameStop, so I ended up printing off my own cover for it. But
yeah, it was a little pricey. I've been buying some cheap stuff. I got basically a mod chip, a PCB for my Spice Orange GameCube, which I'll get into. And I'm looking to mod that. And I've just been buying games besides that. I'm doing two things. I'm buying games that I just want just to have on my shelf. I'm also modding my Spice Orange GameCube. Which I got Fantasy Star Online 1 and 2 for that, which is really awesome. It was kind of pricey, so was Metroid. They're both $75 each, which is pricey, but they're worth it. I mean, there's some more expensive games out there, like in the box, it's like $160. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I know that you just bought that thing on like GameCube, but like I'd love to play that game with you if we could get that set up on like PC and play that at some point.
Do the Prime hack or whatever.
No, I'm talking about Fantasy Star 1 and 2.
Oh, I thought you meant Metroid. I was
no,
like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Fantasy Star 1 and 2. I'd love to play those with you. Those are great games. But I've never played the multiplayer. We could probably recruit Slade to play with us as well.
Okay. Be fun.
Yeah.
Friend of the podcast, Slade.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I was just in my local retro store and I actually picked up a pretty good haul. I got White Knight Chronicles for the PS3, Layer for the PS3. We got the Phantasy Star 1 and 2, and there's one other game I can't remember that I got. But I got some stuff. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Like the two games that I've never played multiplayer and always wanted to are like Phantasy Star 1 and 2 and like Monster Hunter 1 and 2. Like those are the two that I really want to play with people at some point.
Right. Yeah. It's a cool idea to play old games online like that. I just
Hmm.
don't know how to do it. So
Yeah,
we'll have
yeah,
to
and that's
figure
fair.
it out. I'll have to figure
Yeah.
it out. But yeah, as for like my backlog stuff this year, I really want to talk about my modding stuff, but I'm gonna contain myself until later. Um, I really want to get into my visual novel sicko shit. That's kind of what I really want to do. Um, not visual novel, but like narrative games, like
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Yep.
Like I plan to play Fate Stay Night, hopefully soon, because I bought that Pentiment, Disco Elysium, 13 Sentinels, etc. Those are the type of games I'm kind of looking for. Also the AI, the Somnium Files. I'm looking to play those too. Those Spike Chunsoft
Oh
games.
yeah. Yep.
Um, pretty well liked. So they have three games. I think the third one's Switch only, Switch and PC maybe. No Sleep for Konami Date. So I got that. Um, and then yeah, I want to play a bunch of games that are having sequels or new entries in their franchise. You're not interested in RE9, are you? Or are you kind of on the fence about it? Or
On the fence. Yep. I don't. I'm not the biggest Resident Evil fan. I never have been. I've tried to get into that series. I don't know. I like 7, and that was about it for me.
you would like 8? I say this all the time, but you would like 8. But my favorites are 2 and 4. So
Yeah.
those are also really good games. But yeah, I wanna finally get through that RE4 remake. I played a lot of it back when it came out in 23. Never finished it. I finished the original, of course. Love that game. So I want to play that before RE9 comes out. That's like right around the corner.
Yep.
Also coming to Switch, so I'm kind of interested to see how that port goes. Um, and then I want to get through Yakuza Kiwami 2. I'm also a fair bit into that because 3 comes out with, I think, is it new DLC? I'm pretty sure it's like brand new DLC for 3, which is kind of cool. Um, and that comes out around the same time. And then I want to finish those Dragon Quest games recently that came out because 7 comes out, which is a long ass game, I hear. And that'll be hopefully a large portion of my year is kind of chipping through that if there's no big releases. So between those, I'm going to be finishing my Persona 4 replay on PS4. I like I said, my favorite Persona game. I adore that. I'm like more than halfway through it. This is all aspirational, of course. I don't know if I'll be able to do all this, but this is what I would like to do since there's no big stuff, not a lot of big stuff at the beginning of the year. Um, and then I'm gonna finally start to play 5 Royal. I've tried multiple times to play 5, but they keep re-releasing it or putting different versions out, whatever. They finally have the PS5 Royal version. I'm going to be playing through that. That's like the one to play. And that's I try to play like one big RPG a year. So 3 years ago it was Baldur's Gate 3. Last year was Persona 3 Reload. This year is going to be Persona 5. That's my goal because if 6 gets announced or released this year, I want to be ready. I want to be ready for that thing. Um, and so yeah. And technically, I mean, I did Metaphor and then Persona 3 like within 2 or 3 months of each other. So that was kind of a lot of RPG to take all at once, right? A couple years ago. Um, but yeah, it was awesome. I love Atlas games, and I still need to get through Persona 1 as well. I'm like 80% through that game. I just need to see the end of it. I just have to see the end of it. So
Yeah.
it gets really grindy towards the end and really annoying, but I'm pretty close on that stuff. So yeah, that's hopefully that I can get to some of that stuff. I really want to map up the early part of my year because it just seems a little slower. Hopefully, but as we'll talk about, we're going to talk about some games we're looking forward to. Um, Hopefully, there's some stuff that kind of catches our eye and maybe comes out this year. I don't know. We'll kind of talk about it, but yeah, that's a good segue into our topic. It's the most anticipated games of 26 and beyond. We'll call it and beyond because there's some games here that I'm like, I don't know when the hell these are coming out. There's some wild stuff. So I suggested some stuff. If you can think of some other ones you want to kind of like drop in, please do. But I put up a little list for you of stuff I thought you'd be interested in. If you want to add to it, of course. But like, I guess start at the top. Like, your most anticipated game is what?
Yeah. Like, and like this, I don't know. Like, if it's going to be like a 26 game or like a 2029 game or whatever, but
Yeah.
it's got to be Nirvana. Like that's my Silk song. I always talk about it. It's like
Flip song.
it's the gonna be the spiritual successor to Valhalla, like one of my all time favorites. And
Yeah.
yeah, I just I love that visual novel, and I want more of it. And that's what Nirvana is supposed to be. So yeah, I'm waiting and waiting for that thing to have some sort of like release window. So
Well, Silk Song eventually came out. Hopefully that comes out pretty soon, right?
who knows?
Yeah. And so have they just announced it, or is there like screenshots of it? Like
There's
what's the
screenshots of it. Yeah, there's screenshots of it. Like it's a real game like concept, but
yeah.
it's just one of those things where we just gotta wait for more.
It's not vaporware, thank God. No vaporware.
Yeah, no, it'll happen eventually. It's just gonna take time. There's not really a whole lot of news that comes out about that thing, so
That's sometimes that's good. Like for indie games, like I kind of don't need constant updates. Like just
yeah,
go away and do thing. Like that's what I kind of really like about Silk Song is even though people were clamoring for it at every direct and they were saying, "Oh, Silk Song win, Silk Song win," like they were just quiet until they wanted to put something out, and then they're like, "By the way, it's out in 2 weeks, idiots!" And people were like, "Oh my god!" And it came out. That's cool. More games should do that. Just go away, and I don't want to hear from you until you have something substantial to show. And obviously, Silk Song's more than substantial, so yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, I mentioned it, Resident Evil Requiem. That's like my most anticipated game for sure next year. I am such a sicko for Resident Evil. I've beaten every single game except for the original. I haven't beat Zero. I've never beat Resident Evil Zero. Code Veronica is technically an offshoot, but people kind of think of it as a main series game. And I also have never finished the original Resident Evil GameCube game, like that remake. I never got through that. For some reason, I don't know. There's just something about it. I just didn't like playing it. But I've beaten 2, 3, 4, 5, most of the way through 6, actually. I haven't beat all the way through 6. So I guess I'm kind of lying about being all the mainline stuff. But I've beaten 7 and 8. And then 9 comes out. So all the other stuff is kind of tertiary. Like Revelations, those aren't like mainline stuff. So, but yeah, I've beaten like 70% of the series, 80%. We're not talking about Raccoon Chronicles or whatever it's called, Raccoon City, whatever you want to call it. We're not worried about those. But I'm really stoked for 9. I mean, Leon's coming back for it. Every game with Leon is a banger. Like even 6, the best parts of 6 is a banger for him. Like all the good stuff in 6 is all Leon stuff, which is cool. He's like the best Resident Evil character in my opinion. So really excited to see how that comes out. I bet you it's going to be really good. As far as I know, like he's going to be about half of the gameplay. As Grace Ashcroft is, I think she's going to be more of the horror centric stuff. He's going to be the more run and gun action stuff, which is cool. I think that's a cool way to take it. So, Resident Evil Requiem is my top for sure. Yeah, do you have any other one to add, or do you want to kind of go off of what I suggested?
I don't really have anything to add. Like that I can think of. There's not like a huge amount of stuff that I'm been waiting for. Sorry, I'm getting attacked by my cats. Ugh.
No, you're good. There's not a lot of games that have been announced this year.
Yeah, no. I think the next one that I'm like really excited for has got to be the new Fire Emblem. Because it's just gonna be more of that Three Houses engine, Three Houses play style. And that was a great Fire Emblem. That was the last like great one. I played Engage to death, but I just did not like that game. But I also played Three Houses to death, and I really liked that game. So it's a great game.
Yeah,
like
for sure. That's a blind spot for me.
3 Fire Emblem for me for sure. So.
And we talked about this in the past. I wonder who's making Fortune's Weave. Is it going to be Intelligent Systems or is it going to be Bandai? Who did Three Houses? So I wonder. Intelligent Systems did Engage, which Engage has the best combat of the series probably, but not the best story. So I'm kind of interested to see how that goes. So yeah, don't talk to me about coffee or tea or touch my face. Like just let's fight some dudes. Like
yeah, and I mean they're gonna be doing that sort of stuff in and Fortune's Weave, I'm sure, because that's what the games are known for now. But
Right.
like,
Right.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, a couple quick hits is that Lego Batman game looks awesome. I'm a huge Lego Batman. I'm a huge Batman fan, but like the Lego Batman games are some of the best Lego games, and I haven't played a Lego game in a while. What's interesting about this is meshing a bunch of Batman lore into one game and kind of like making a continuous narrative out of it, like movies, books, comics, whatever. Like it's like everything Batman you could want in one game, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I think that's going to be pretty good. Saros is interesting. It's the new Housemarque game. I didn't love Returnal, but I love Nex Machina and all their other games like to death. I love those games. I love arcadey shoot 'em ups, and it sounds like Saros is going to have less of that roguelike stuff that really sucks in Returnal. Like Returnal, you'll do a run for 45 minutes to 90 minutes and you'll die, lose all your stuff, and it's like a punch in the nuts. It's terrible. So apparently Saros is going to be more story focused, which is interesting. I hope they figure out a better way to convey their gameplay. Which that game Returnal, the way it plays is an incredible playing game. But Saros looks great. Another quick one is Onimusha Way of the Sword. I love Onimusha 1 to death. It's like a Resident Evil Devil May Cry like match made in heaven. Like it's from Capcom too, but it's like those games mushed together with this samurai aesthetic, and it's awesome. I love Onimusha 1. And the new one looks great. I think it's technically Onimusha like 4 or 5, because they had a bunch of PS2 ones, and um, they actually got the likeness of Toshiro Mifune for this, which is really interesting. Like the actual Japanese actor. Who's in like a bunch of Akira Kurosawa movies, everything.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. So as long as the estate has given their blessing, like 100%, that's super cool.
Yep.
So that game will probably come out this year and be pretty good. Capcom's honestly going to have a big year between that, Resident Evil, and what's the other one? Pragmata, which you're kind of interested in too.
Yep.
That's all this year for the most part. Pragmata's like actually early this year. So there's some stuff. There's some stuff for them, and they also have a new Monster Hunter Stories coming out, which I'm not into those games, but they're shipping. Capcom be making games, that's for sure. But yeah, I didn't know if you would be interested in this last one I put for you, but you're such a big fan of that first one. I figured you might at least be interested in it. I don't know.
Yeah. I think that I need to play Pathologic 2. But yeah, Pathologic 3. I don't. Yeah, I haven't seen too much on this one, to be honest. So I don't really know what they're doing with that. I don't know, like, if they're doing another of the stories of the 3 like characters with that one.
So as far as I know, they are making a Pathologic 1 remake, I think.
Well, that's what 2 was, a Pathologic 1 remake. So,
okay. Maybe I'm screwing something up with something else, but I knew they were trying to go back to it at some point. Or
it looks like this is another. Looks like this is another remake. In there, this another remake. Yep. And this time they're having you start as the what do they call him? No, the original character. The physician, the Bachelor. There we go, the Bachelor. Yep.
The one you
start as the Bachelor. Yeah, in 2 you start out as the Haruspex, I think. Then they did like a DLC where you could play as the Bachelor, but I never played 2, so.
Okay, I actually got 2 on sale recently for PlayStation, so I'm.
Yep, that's the way to play that game. From what I've heard. But okay. I'll have to check out 2, and then I'll have to check out 3, because 3 is going to be you play as the Bachelor and do the pathologic things. So, I guess they'll just make a 4 at some point and have you play as the Changeling. That's probably what they do.
Yeah, maybe. I'm interested. I would like to on a rainy day pull out 2 and kind of see how that game is, because I was really interested in the first one.
It's really cool. Really cool world building. Really cool. Yeah.
It's just very hostile. It's an acquired taste,
Oh yeah. You have to really want to play that game. Yep.
And I don't think I had it in me to do it at that point.
It's a tough thing to get through. That first game is really tough to get through. And the second game I've heard is a lot more forgiving. So
Okay, yeah. It's cool that they're iterating on their same initial idea multiple times too.
Yep.
I think that's cool.
Yep.
So,
Real quick on
yeah,
like
so
the Fire Emblem stuff. So
yeah,
that three houses, that was Intelligent Systems that did three houses. They had some assistance from Koei Tecmo, but other than that, it was Intelligent Systems who developed three houses.
okay. I spoke out of turn when it was Bondi, but it was they got a support studio on it.
Yeah, they had a support studio for that one. Yep.
Yeah, I apologize. That's me speaking.
No,
out of
it's
turn.
yeah, that's all good. So yeah, I would imagine that it'd be Intelligent Systems and probably Koei. They probably bring back Koei Tecmo because I mean, Nintendo's been super buddy buddy with Koei Tecmo lately, so I can't imagine them not bringing on Koei Tecmo again.
Yeah, Nintendo's been very mercenary for the last generation or so, with
Yeah.
working with a lot of
Yep.
external
Yep.
developers.
Which is
I mean,
good.
hell, even giving the Necrodancer devs a Zelda property is
Yep.
kind of
Yep.
interesting. You know, like I'd like to see more of that in this
I would
new
too.
generation. I wonder
Yep.
if they do. You know,
I'd love to see more indies take on Nintendo
Yep.
properties. Yeah, and just like I mean, like yeah, Smash Bros is like basically what that was Bandai Namco that basically did most
That
of
was Bondi, and that's what I was conflating for the sports. You know, they did
that
Smash.
that was like mostly Bandai Namco, and like Sakurai had like a team, and then they just
Yep.
like tell Bandai Namco what to make, from what I understand. So
Isn't okay? Yeah. What? So Sakurai's company, isn't it? Isn't it Sora or
Sora,
something?
yep, yep,
Sora. Okay. Yeah. So he did a Yoko Taro thing and basically directed that game with another team. Pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah,
It's a very like him with platinum, Yoko Taro with platinum sort of
yep, yep, yep,
situation.
yep. I
Very
think so.
interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And the quality shows. I mean, it's got that,
Oh yeah.
Bandai Namco, quality. So, it's a pretty good thing, I think.
Yeah.
The
That's that seems really interesting. What they do with the new Fire Emblem. I bet you that game's going to be really good. It's going to look awesome, and I think it's going to play super well on Switch too. So
yeah, the weird thing with Engage, like the thing that like always tears me with that is like the Mika Picasso art. Like I like Mika Picasso a lot, but like
yeah.
using them as like a Fire Emblem, like I don't know. I don't think it works that great. Like it was fine for the one game, but like
Yeah.
I just don't know if it works.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I don't know. I bet you that game comes out this year. It feels like one of those things that it just comes out. It's their big summer or fall game, you know.
Yeah.
I guess time will tell. Time will tell. I'm really just interested to see how Nintendo follows up the hard or the software from the first year, because the first year was pretty strong in terms of lineup.
For
Not as
Switch
strong as
2?
like for Switch 2, yes.
Yeah.
I not as strong as the launch lineup for Switch 1 like
No.
that first year, but it was still really strong.
Yeah.
So
I mean they've got stuff that I'm interested in, at least.
mhm.
Like
And
Fire
even though
Emblem and
Metroid Prime,
um
yeah.
like Duskbloods as well. Like I'm super interested in Duskbloods. That's like that's a super like I don't know if I'm more interested in that or the new Fire Emblem, to be honest, because both of those are going to be really interesting to me. So
Yeah, for sure, and yeah, we'll
you'll
get to that in just a
yeah
second, for
yeah
sure. But it's one of those it's one of those things where like I am interested in the mystery of what the Switch is going to be.
yeah.
Like, what do they just like do they just do what they did the Switch one and just make a bunch of games in their franchises, or do they like continue to iterate? Do they do more mercenary stuff? I'm really interested to see this new era of Nintendo because of the new like leadership that's there, and
Mhm.
it's just a different looking Nintendo, you know. Like,
It's a very
let
corporate
it
Nintendo, even more so than in the Switch era, I feel like. So
it really feels that way for sure, because
yeah.
Doug Bowser retired and that new lady's in there. I forget what her name is, um, but yeah, she's in there. Is it not Sean Benson? I forget what her name
I
is.
don't know who the new one is. Yeah, I just knew that Doug
She's the
Bowser
new
retired.
CEO. There's a new CEO in there. Um, but honestly, Nintendo of America is like the translation arm slash legal arm of Nintendo slash PR. Like they're not developing games really. So
Yeah.
They'll assist where needed in terms of just like getting the message out there and writing English for them. But yeah, it's not the same thing. But yeah, before we get into like more Duskbloods talk, a couple games that I'm really interested in is Marvel's Wolverine. It's a new Insomniac joint. Really stoked for that. I don't know what that game is going to be like. It's probably just going to be like a third person action game. I don't think it's going to be very open world. It's going to be very Uncharted like with like Wolverine powers. So, but it looks like gory as hell. Like it's very like very Mortal Kombat, pulling out your spine sort of thing. So I'm kind of interested to see what they do there. You don't see Insomniac get really gory like that, so it's gonna be very high fidelity, cutting dudes up. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if that'll be a this year game or next year, but they say it's 26 for now. It seems like it's pretty far along. It might come out this year. We'll see. Besides Resident Evil Requiem, Control Resonant is my most anticipated game. Like, I adore the first Control. I love every Remedy game. I've beaten all of them. Even Quantum Break, I kind of really like. It's they just have a, oh my gosh, I don't even know they have a sort of je ne sais quoi about them as a studio. Like they're always innovating the medium, like in the medium, like the choices they decide to put in their games, like Alan Wake 2 felt like a concept album. Like it was like an album. Like there's like points of music where you're just literally sitting and listening to music. There's like full motion video FMV cutscenes in it. Like the gameplay is like out of this world insane. Like Alan Wake 2 is an incredible video game. It's like their best video game by a country mile. And Control and Alan Wake are in those same worlds together, like in a shared universe, which is really cool. And Control Resident is going to be even more Control, where you're playing as the brother from the original, trying to find the hero of the first one. So it looks like it's going to be melee combat too, which is awesome. The hook of Control, the first one, is levitation and flying, and also a gun that changes forms. And it seems like this new character, Dylan, or an old character but with the new ability, is granted all these psychic abilities and stuff or whatever, and melee weapons that can also morph. So I'm really excited to see how that goes. And then finally, for the stuff I'm interested in, it's not a game, but the Steam Machine. Like, when does that come out? You know,
Yeah.
because once that does, I'm going to be all over it, and I kind of need to be before it really gets priced out of whack where it's not affordable anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
I wonder if they like they secured like the memory for that thing before like this whole like crisis really started. And so maybe they have some that are like decently priced, and then after that they have like ridiculously priced ones. Who knows?
They can't be dead on arrival for price. Like, they really can't. Like, if they get to it, I think the cap has to be $1,000. Like, if it's above that,
Yeah.
no good.
Yep.
It's no good. And it's also a mid-range PC. Like, it's not the craziest thing in the world ever. It's literally entry level PC for your home setup.
Yep.
So if they have to be under $1,000 or at it, and if they go over that, that's a major problem. I think you don't want to be DOA on that. But yeah, they didn't come out with Half-Life 3 at the end of the year, like all the rumors were speculating. But who's to say they wouldn't do this year? Who knows? No, it ended up being right. But easy. It's an easy bet to make, but it's just interesting to talk about.
It is an easy bet. It's fun to talk about, but yes, it's an easy bet to say that Half-Life 3 is not real, because it's been like the boogeyman of the internet since Half-Life 2. So
yeah, like you said, Gavin could shit on the floor and press it into a disc, and people would play it.
Oh yeah, yep, easily. Yep.
As long as it's got a name on it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about the Duskbloods. Like, that's the game that we're both looking forward to the most combined, right?
Yep.
As a fandom here, for sure.
Yep.
I'm just excited to see what Miyazaki is.
What is he cooking? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
The dude's like, he's gone absolutely feral. You know, he's like, oh, I gotta do Tarkov, but in the Dark Souls format. Like, I gotta do this. Souls Tarkov. It's like, dude, what are you doing? What's happening here? Like, it feels almost like I know that like Night Rain's a different team, but like it feels like Night Rain's like this like experiment. Like, do people like the multiplayer in these things? And then Duskbloods is like the like, oh, we're gonna make sure people like multiplayer in these things. So
Yeah, I think you'll be able to play Duskbloods by yourself if you want to, just like a Night Rain allows you to. I just don't know how Fortnite that's going to be. Is it going to be easy to pick up and play? Is it going to feel like you need to have a group? Like, how is that going to go? I don't know.
I think it'll
Yeah,
be similar to extraction shooters where, yeah, you can play without a party, but then you'll be matched with other players that don't have a
yeah,
party. Um,
yeah.
and you'll still be doing the PvPvE thing. Like, I think that's just what that game is. I think that game is just PvPvE. Like, I don't think there is just a PvE mode to that thing.
And if their world is contiguous enough, where like everything is just seamless, and it's just a Souls game with like all this multiplayer shit in it that like elevates it, that's a cool idea.
That would be
That's a cool
cool.
idea.
Sure.
Yeah. Like you literally like go like, oh, I'm gonna go quest, and you just encounter somebody.
Yeah.
Like literally his anecdote about a bunch of strangers helped me pull my snow out of the car and then they disappeared into the night. Like he's making that game probably, like
Yep.
genuinely, without having to sequence in, I imagine. So
Yeah.
I'm
Maybe it's
excited
not,
about it.
maybe it's not, I guess, like, match based. Maybe it is just like a continuous thing. Who knows? But
Right. I think if I were a betting person, I would say it's probably something like that.
that'd be
It's something
cool.
like an Arc Raiders. It's something like an Arc Raiders where the world is consistently moving when you're not there, which is cool. So,
Okay.
um,
Yeah.
I
That would be a bit
yeah,
different than what I was thinking you were trying to say. But
that's if I had to guess what it is, just based off of what games I've played in the genre,
yeah.
it's probably going to be more like Arc Raiders than it isn't.
Yeah. And that would be fine. I
Mhm.
think.
Yeah. Um, But yeah, it's going to be really important how it plays. Like, is it going to play like a Bloodborne? Is it
Oh
going to
yeah.
play like a? Is it going to play like a Sekiro? Is it going to play like a Dark? Like
It won't
what
play like a
sort of
Sekiro.
show are we
No.
going to have?
It's gonna be like a
Well,
Souls Bloodborne sort of thing.
see, I hope so because Bloodborne I love. But
Mhm.
like, if they were to get a Sekiro combat, like even any implementation of a parry system in that to like do PvP matches in, that would be incredible. Because if it's like skilled fighting like that, that would be amazing. Like that would be really cool. Like having actual swordplay between people. No game has really done that on a multiplayer level besides like a I don't know, like a Naraka Blade Point or something. Like it's not a very common thing.
Yeah.
Mhm. So
Not very
I mean,
common.
I
No.
guess you could say, yeah, I guess you could say like oh, there's I'm sure some instances out there of melee combat that do work well and the collision feels good, but you don't get that a lot. You really don't. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see what they do. I'm excited for the potentiality of it, but I just don't know what to expect, you know? And even that's kind of exciting. Um but yeah, I don't know. Like I wonder if so it sounds like from what I hear, it sounds like they have multiple games cooking like they always do. Like, is this the main effort for Miyazaki, or is he also doing other stuff? Like,
This
is
is
this the thing?
this is the thing. I'm pretty sure this is the thing that
Okay.
Miyazaki's doing right now. Yep.
Right. Yeah, because they have multiple games happening. I would expect they're gonna probably do another Armor Core at some point because it's
They'll
be that time.
they'll do another either a DLC for 6 or they'll do like Armored Core 6 new subtitle and sell you a whole other game in that same engine.
Mhm.
Because that's what they always do. They've just always done at least two in the same generation of Armored Core. They always do that. So,
Interesting. Interesting.
yep.
Okay. Also, that's also my backlog is to play that so I can impress you. I
That's
would
a
like to finally
that's
get through
a
6. So,
wonderful game. I love that game so much. That is
yeah.
fantastic game. Armored Core 6. It's a game for everyone. Love that
Yeah.
game.
I'm really excited to see what From does this year. I hope Duskbloods comes out this year because
It
when I
does, I
hear
think.
when I hear like a year, I still get kind of cagey. Like, okay, when though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think it comes out later this year.
Yeah, I hope so. I really do. Another one we both share. You love James Bond. You and your
Yeah.
dad are big James Bond
Yep. Yep.
marks.
Yep. Yep.
007 First Light just got delayed. The reason it got delayed, I think, is because Grand Theft Auto moved, so they wanted the extra time. They literally moved a day after that old release date for Grand Theft Auto, which I think was like May 26th or 7th or something like that. Like they moved a day past one of those, so they're getting more polish time on that. IO makes great games. Former Hitman devs, current Hitman devs, whatever you want to say. Um, really excited about the game. The thing that's interesting to me. So like none of the trailers, none of the promotion behind it has been interesting to me. But I trust IO so implicitly. I know that game's going to be good. Like I really know that game's going to be good. I'm just interested to see how that interpretation of Bond hits you, because you're like you know I haven't even seen every Bond movie.
Yeah.
But you guys are like very knowledgeable about
Yep.
that stuff.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
what I've seen of it, it seems like it'll be a fun experience. So.
Yeah, it seems like a Uncharted James Bond game or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yep. Seems interesting. Yep.
With Hitman like social stealth, hopefully, which I really like.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Hitman that's really great, is hiding in plain sight. So
Yep.
yeah, that's a great one. Another big one that we're both looking forward to is Marvel Tokon.
Yep.
We'll definitely both be on that.
Yeah, I've heard like mixed things with that thing. Like it's very it's not a lot of like variation to the combos in that game. So like and like there's a lot of like animation locks in that game. So it's not very freeform.
Okay.
So it might not be like the most exciting game in terms of like competitive gaming, but it'll at least be a fun romp to mess around with.
Yeah, and the guy I follow for fighting games, Maximilian Dude, has played it multiple times, and he's been kind of mixed on it too,
Yeah.
which is interesting. He played it at Evo, and it might be just a fit and finish, polish sort of thing, or maybe that's the real game. I don't know, but like people are kind of like, some of the stuff I don't like. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of interesting to see how people are taking to it, because it feels like Arxis is trying to make it its own thing, but it's not as confident as it should be, maybe, in trying to craft a new sort of fighting game that's not normal. Like you see a Marvel fighting game, you immediately think Marvel versus Capcom. So people assume a certain thing, but it feels like they're trying to do their own thing in a way. Maybe people are going to prefer the way it was instead of this new way to go. People are kind of worried about that being the case. Um, so it's an interesting discussion. I need to get hands on it. I tried to get into that beta multiple times. Usually I can for PlayStation, but nothing. So I didn't even get an email back about it. But I'm in their insider program and everything. But whatever. I guess they don't like me enough. um, uh, but yeah, do you think they add more characters to this roster, or do you think they ship with this roster? I don't even know.
I think maybe they ship with the roster and then they add more characters later on. They like adding characters. It's kind of what they do.
They do.
So
Yeah, they definitely do. I as far as I know, like I think you pick up to 4, but really you only have 2 accessible, and the third and fourth are situational
yeah,
ads, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure how that kind of plays out, but maybe that's another thing that annoys people, is they want the flexibility to have a 4 team tag. I don't know.
yeah,
So we'll have to see. It is technically a tag fighter, but
yeah.
we'll see how it goes. So Marvel Tokon, I assume that's going to hit before Evo. That might be like I don't know, when is Evo? Summer sometime. Hopefully around that time, late spring. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But no date for that yet, which I'm kind of surprised about. Or if there's a date, I haven't paid attention to it. Another game that like missed last year that really bummed me out was Mina the Hollower. I was really looking forward to that. Like it was supposed to come out on Halloween, and they basically went like, "Oh, we have to polish this up more. We're not happy with where it's at." And then they've gone silent the rest of the year from October on, and they not a peep from them really. They're like, "It'll be ready when it's ready," sort of thing. And I'm like, "Okay, but when? Like, are you gonna just drop it on a Silk Song like and just be like, boom, here's a game?" I don't know, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you ever play that demo? I don't know.
No,
If you did.
I never played the demo, but I've been looking forward to this thing since it was announced. It's gonna be like very Link's Awakening-esque, it looks like. So,
Yeah.
like Link's Awakening
I-
mixed with Castlevania. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's really fun. I like that demo a lot.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of interesting tools you can get up to, and the burrowing mechanic's really fun. That's kind of like the thing about this game is you can burrow. You're like a little mouse lady, and it's from Yacht Club, and
Yep.
they're
Yep.
good at making video games. I don't know why they made Shovel Knight for as long as they did, but they did.
Yeah, they like it's so weird because like Shovel Knight like was one of the big like indie games that kicked off the indie gaming boom. And
Yeah.
they just did Shovel Knight for so long. It's like, what are you guys doing? Like, it's cool.
Well, you know what it was.
Thanks for
You
giving
know what
us
it
a lot of Shovel Knight. I don't know.
So what happened was they had a Kickstarter, right? Or like crowdfunded something. I forget
Mhm.
how they actually sourced their funding, but they had a bunch of stretch goals for expansions,
Oh, okay.
and they for no extra charge, they just felt like they had to
Meet those
um,
stretch
you
goals.
know,
Yeah.
meet those goals. And
Yep.
at that point, they were kind of locked into it and been
Yeah.
like, okay, we're just making these games now. But I think they over delivered on Shovel Knight original. Like, I think they
Yeah.
probably could have gone like, you know what, we're gonna just make new games. They could have done the easy thing and just add their move set to the game, like those characters, like Plate Knight and all that. Like, add that to Shovel of Hope. But no, they made full on new games. Like, all of
Yep.
Shovel Knight 1, 2, 3, and 4 are like all in that game, which
Yep.
is kind of cool.
Yep.
Trove.
Yeah,
That,
all those different campaigns are completely different games. Yep.
That Spectre Knight campaign is so freaking good. I love that campaign.
I still don't know. I like the Spectre Knight one and I like the King Knight one a lot. I don't know which one I like more.
Yeah,
I
did
love
not like
the
Plague Knight that much, but
No, I had to force myself to get through the Plague Knight campaign. I love Plague Knight's design, but like the gameplay of Plague Knight is just not great.
I didn't like the whole cooking potions thing. It didn't feel
Yeah.
very good.
But
the
the
Spectre Knight and King Knight stuff.
King Knight
yeah.
stuff was super fun. I loved the card game on the King Knight stuff. So
Yeah,
that was fun.
And they added a bunch of like extraneous game modes too. Like, there was like a Smash Brothers platform.
Oh yeah,
mode.
my nephews played that religiously for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool game. Like, Shovel Knight is content rich. It's a huge game. Love that one. Love that one. He's like like you said, they're part of the big gaming indie boom for these sorts of like games. And he was like a guest mascot in a lot of games, like
Oh yeah.
and stuff.
Yep. They put him in everything. They put like the oh, what's his face? Gosh, what is his name? The guy from Cave Story.
Oh, I forget his name, but
yeah, there's Curly Brace, and then it's another like programming thing, but
yeah,
they put him in a lot of things, and yeah, there was a lot of those like indie darlings that they got put in everything.
like Shovel Knight, Super Meat Boy, Sans from Undertale, like those sorts of things. They're everywhere.
Shantae, I guess. I mean, Shantae, I guess, is indie.
Shantae's an old series, though. That was a Game Boy game, Game Boy Color game.
Kind of was. I mean, not like really. Nobody played it back then, so not like
nobody played it, but yeah.
Yeah, now Shantae's like got like this diehard following of like Shantae needs to be in Smash Bros. So weird.
Those games are good. I like WayForward. They're a good studio. I like
yeah,
their stuff.
Their stuff is okay. But, I liked that police one that they did. I don't remember the name of it now.
Police one. Oh man, yeah, I know what game you're talking about.
Yeah, I beat that game. I don't remember the name of it, but I beat that thing.
Yeah, for sure. A couple other ones that we were both pretty interested in. Deltarune Chapter 5. I mean, I'm kind of at a crossroads with this one. I don't know if I'm just going to wait for the whole thing or if I'm going to play 5. I don't know. I kind of want to wait for the rest of it so I could just be, one hit and go. You know what I mean? How do you feel about that?
I'll just play it as it comes out. That's what I do with the. Yep, that's what I do with that game. I just play the chapters as they come out. So I'll play 5. But yeah, it'll get released sometime this year. It sounds like.
It sounds like they're going to come out in a yearly cadence, which Still kind of bums me out that you're gonna have to wait 3 more years to see the end of that game because it's been so long since then. But you're gonna have other stuff to play in the meantime, so maybe it's
Oh
not a
yeah.
big deal. But yeah, Deltarune Chapter 5. I like 3 and 4 a fair bit,
Yeah,
especially.
those games are fun. I'm not married to them or anything, but they're fun.
They're not our whole personality, but they're really good. They're
Yep.
really good. And then the last one of the ones we kind of share is Orbitals. This was shown at the Game Awards. This game looks so awesome.
Yeah,
I
it's
cannot.
got a really good
I
style to it.
I wish we could share some B-roll on here. It is so good looking. So like, it's this like retro '80s co-op adventure or action adventure game. You play as like these. I don't know. They kind of look like the art of Alita Battle Angel or something, or like old Gundam models, like human models. But it's like this '80s animating on twos anime style that looks so good.
Yeah.
And it's either a split screen game or like a online co-op game.
Yeah.
I think exclusively, right?
I think it's exclusively, yeah.
Yeah. But it was one of those games. It kind of felt like that there was an old Xbox Direct sort of thing, and they showed Cuphead in like a sizzle reel.
Yeah.
This felt like that for the Game Awards, where I'm like,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
my god, what was that?
Oh,
What
yeah.
was that?
Yep.
You're just like, oh my god, I got to find out about this game. So yeah, that game looks incredible. That's
Yeah.
a this year game. I don't know
It's
anything
like
about the developer or anything, but it looks awesome.
yeah, and it's like it's got a lot of like this is like a Switch 2 game from what I understand. Like this is
Yeah.
like going to be like yep. And so like they're like using like a lot of like the Switch 2 features as well. Like they're gonna be using like the game share, they're gonna be using like the game chat, like they're wanting to use all those sort of features.
Very
So
cool.
that'll be interesting. The yeah, I mean, as long as Shape Farm and Kepler Interactive don't come after us, I don't see why we can't toss some B-roll into the
Yeah,
video
that'd be great.
for this
That's a
episode.
good looking
but-
game. So, yeah, Kepler, they published Expedition 33. So, and Kepler was all over that Game Awards. Like they were all over the place selling stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they can identify good games. That'd be great. That's cool. They seem like an A24 type publisher.
Yeah.
Finding some cool stuff. Some interesting games. I don't know how psyched we are for any of these, but like I kind of wanted to bring them up. Romeo is a Dead Man. This is the new Suda 51 joint guy made.
Yep.
Grasshopper manufacturer. Like
Mhm.
you've heard of him. He's a video game auteur, that sort of thing. This game looks great. It looks like a quirky action game. It's supposed to come out this year. I kind of tend to believe it. Usually, Swery game or Suda 51 games don't get pushed, so I'll kind of have to see how this thing comes out. But I from all the Suda stuff I played, it's pretty good. So yeah, I'm kind of interested in it. So I forget that was Summer Games stuff, right? That was a summer thing that they showed. Off
Yeah, I think so. As part of that stuff. Yep.
Yeah, the more of the Keeley stuff, of course. But yeah, that game looks really good. It kind of reminds me of No More Heroes slightly. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because of the Suda influence. Could be that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Romeo's a Dead Man looks cool. We talked about Pragmata a little bit. The new Capcom joint. That's an early game this year. I think it's before summer. I think it's a spring game, April or May or something like that. It's one of those things where like they announced it and then it was gone for like almost a decade, and then it came back and they're like, "Hey, by the way, Pragmata's here." And we're like, "Oh shit, I forgot about Pragmata." But yeah, it looks cool. I'm kind of open minded about it, you know. Yeah, you mentioned wanting to play it too, so yeah, it looks pretty interesting. So besides that, there's a couple other ones. Replaced is a game that has been in the works for over a decade now and keeps getting, pushed and pushed and pushed. You should take a look at this game. Replaced looks incredible. It's some of the best pixel art I've ever seen in the game. It's awesome looking. It's more like voxels than anything. Yeah, Replaced. It was shown at an old Xbox show
weird.
years ago. Yeah, it looks kind of awesome. It's kind of like a Blade
Yeah.
Runner pixel game. It's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah. Got some
Yeah, the
HT
Replaced looks
duty
really sick.
stuff going on. Fun.
HD 2D, yeah, a lot of layers, backgrounds, and stuff. It's totally a me game, so I'm going to be playing the hell out of that. Hopefully that comes out this year. And then
Yeah, that's
Fable.
March 12th. It looks like.
March, interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
I did not know the date. I will
Yeah.
definitely be playing that. Yeah, sorry, Fable. They got to put this game out. Xbox has to put this game out. Like, there's no way that it gets canceled, but they need to stop.
So this is a reboot for the series.
This is a reboot. This is from Playground Games. I want to say the people that made Forza are making a Fable game. It's really odd. It reeks of corporate intervention where they're like, "Yo, put a studio that's reliable on this game, even though they have no experience with it." So, as far as I knew for a long time, that game was in development hell because they were trying to figure out what it was for a long time and a lot of conceptual.
Well, yeah, I mean, you put the car people on RPG like that.
Honestly.
They're like, this isn't a car. What am I supposed to do with this?
This is a car with legs. Wait, is this a person? Yeah, and they've shown this game like 2 or 3 times at different Xbox shows. I'm like, okay, at some point you need to stop showing this game. You need to show gameplay of it, and you need to put it the fuck out. Like, genuinely. If they don't get it out this year, it's gonna be really weird. Yeah. It's gonna be like, okay, what are we doing anymore? Because they announced this thing like 6 or 7 years ago. It's been a long time since they announced Fable. Xbox as an entity is a bag of worms into itself, but like, that's insane. And kind of, I didn't put it here, but Clockwork Revolution, that they showed that last year too at their show, and that looks really great. But that feels like a game that's not coming out for a long time. That's the new. I think it's an Exile who did Wasteland. It's very like Bioshocky by way of like Outer Worlds. It feels kind of like that. It's a first-person shooter. So Xbox is kind of in flux constantly. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes with them. And then finally, like
the classic meme with them is they're gonna announce they always announce all these great games and then they cancel them. So that's the meme.
Still upset about Scalebound. Still upset. That game looked awesome. Yeah. That one hurt. And then GTA 6 is supposed to come out this year. I think I academically care, but like personally, I don't think I do.
Yep.
I don't think I care about this game, but like I'm interested to see the cultural impact of it, like how it plays. Is it going to be as mind blowing as like a Red Dead 2 was? Like, how is this game going to hit the public consciousness? It's going to be huge, obviously, but like I don't know if I'll like it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm not a GTA guy. I've never been a GTA guy. The ones I like the most is GTA 4. That game's great, but like all the other ones, I'm like, you could do away with them. Not a thing for me.
I played like 1 or 2 of them on the PSP. That's my experience, and I played the original one on my PS.
Oh, you
Classic.
did play the original. Oh, okay.
That came with the PS Classic. The little like Raspberry Pi thing. Yeah.
Raspberry Pi thing. Yeah. Insane. That was when Rockstar was called DMA Design back in the day. I want to say. So that's a ISOSlop game. Noah, you played an ISOSlop game. I hope you know that.
No, it's not an ISOSlop. It's a top down.
It's the same thing.
Well,
anyway, continue. No one cares about GTA 6.
Brutal.
So for this bucket, it's like, when are these games coming out? We don't know. And this is kind of end the topic, but something interesting happened yesterday. Atlas showed a bunch of new art for Persona. A lot of 30th anniversary new art. Like they showed art from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I was like, oh, okay. Are they going to show these remakes / remasters for 1 and 2? Or are they going to show more 4 this year? Is 6 coming out still? So they're like, the series producers like, yo, we got some stuff to talk about this year. I was like, yes. When? Let me know when. So kind of waiting on that with bated breath. Anything Persona, I am so all over. So do you think 6 is going to be, is it going to be shown and announced and well, they haven't announced it. Is it going to like all be happening this year? Or is that a next year or following year game? When do you think that comes out? Do you have any inkling?
I don't think it comes out this year. I think they do announce it this year though.
They have to, right? And if they do, I bet you that's going to be at an Xbox show.
It's got to be green.
Metaphor.
Give me green Persona. The green Persona.
And Metaphor got shown up at an Xbox show for the first time because Atlas and Xbox have a publishing deal together.
Oh, so fun.
So if you're gonna see it in the summer and we don't hear about it before, it'll be around then, I expect. So
And it'll be
I'm not
green.
sure what day, yeah, in the green, yes. I'm not sure what day the 30th anniversary actually is for the Persona series. I'd have to see what actual day it is this year, but hopefully they just dole out news throughout the year and we kind of hear about it. But I'm excited. I love Persona. Persona is my favorite RPG series besides like Bethesda stuff. So, um, yeah, Judas. Have you heard of Judas ever? It's like
Yeah, I looked into
it's
it a little bit.
yeah, it's Ken Levine's new joint. If you don't know he is known for System Shock 2 specifically. Um, and he's known, I'm trying to remember. I don't think he was a okay, I don't want to talk too much out of my behind, but he's he's a very renowned game maker. He did System Shock 2, he did the original BioShock, BioShock Infinite. But then after Infinite, like he kind of went away for a long time. I think it's Infinite was 2013. He's been making Judas in some form for most of that time, which is kind of interesting. I don't know what his new studio is. I technically Irrational didn't like go away fully. I just don't know what form it is anymore because Ken Levine has a studio he's been making Judas with, but I don't think it's Irrational anymore. He took like a core group and went off to make Judas. Um, and I don't know. It from all the screenshots, all the trailers, it just looks like more Bioshock. So I guess I'll have to be shocked if it's anything else. But
Bioshock.
I don't. Yeah, yeah. I guess we'll have to see. I like Bioshock One and Infinite a fair bit. Infinite gets a little timey wimey for my liking, but the first Bioshock is a must play video game. Everybody needs to play that game. If you haven't played that game, you should. That's a great game.
I don't like that game.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, that's a good game. I like that game. Oh, so did you finish Bioshock One?
No, I didn't like the hacking was really annoying, so I stopped playing it.
Oh, you can bypass most of that. You don't have to do the hacking.
It's really boring. I didn't like doing the hacking.
I agree. I don't like pipe puzzles. I'll be honest with you, but
I
it's
hate
easy.
pipe puzzles, so I just stopped playing.
You didn't have to hack most of that game, so if you ever wanted to go back, you'd be in luck. It's not that bad. But that's an amazing game. I love that game. And yeah, if Judas comes out this year, that'd be kind of awesome. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. And then like the three most hyped games besides Persona 6 for me, Intergalactic, Divinity, The Witcher 4. So Intergalactic. We both like a Naughty Dog game for sure.
Yep.
That game's a 27 game. They have basically said that.
Fair enough.
So we're not going to see it this year at all. I bet you the next time we see anything, it's going to be either summer or winter. They're going to show another big thing, big trailer / gameplay portion, maybe at the next Keeley thing during the summer. I don't know. But they're showing off this game again this year. It's going to be really, really polished, I think, for what it is. So the piece of news I heard is that it's a 27 game. They're creating an internal demo to show their progress to Sony executives, is what I understand. So I think once they do that, they're going full steam ahead on finishing that game, and that's a 27 game. So we'll see when that comes out. But Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet looks awesome. You really liked the trailer when they showed that, right? A couple years ago? I thought it looked great.
Yeah. Yep. I thought that looked really cool. Yeah. They had like it looked pretty interesting. Yep. I want to see their take on like that sort of like if they do like a space sim thing, that'd be cool. I don't know how simmy they'll really get with it, but
I don't know.
Still might be pretty cool.
I'm just interested to see Naughty Dog's slavish attention to detail be turned towards a new genre other than what The Last of Us takes place in.
Yep.
I want to see their efforts pushed towards a new video game for the first time in a long time.
Yep.
Like, I'm tired of them revising and editing and remaking aspects of an old game. They need to make some new games. They are probably going to miss a portion of the PS5 anyway, like, for a game. So,
Yeah.
like, they got to put something out.
Yep.
Like, they got to put this out. I bet you it's going to be phenomenal. But I don't know. That seems the furthest out in my mind because I genuinely know when it's coming out. It's 27, so
Yep.
I kind of can't think about it this year. You know what I mean? But yeah, if they make it fun like a Jack and Daxter again, that'd be really cool. I don't think they will, but that'd be cool. I would love an arcadey sci-fi game that looks really good. That'd be awesome. Yeah, Divinity, that Game Awards trailer was disgusting and I kind of fucking hated it, but I love Baldur's Gate 3, and if they're doing that with their own IP, again, just a very like sophisticated CRPG again, I'll of course be down because Baldur's Gate 3 is one of my favorite games ever. So you probably won't like it, but I'm very interested in a Divinity game. And I kind of wanted to play the old games in that series. I saw Divinity 2 on a shelf at my local game store for Xbox 360, and I almost picked it up. I kind of wish I might go back and actually get that. I think it's called like Ego Draconis or something like that. But it's made by Larian for the 360, and I don't know what that game's like. So maybe it's bad. I have no idea. But I love BG3 so much. I am in the tank for whatever they do. It's really high filled. But the one on the horizon I think we're looking forward to most, besides Persona 6, really, is Witcher 4. I've heard some things that people might think the new Cyberpunk's going to come out before this, but I don't know. I have no idea. This is just speculation on their part, I guess. But yeah, The Witcher 4, that tech demo just swept me away. I don't know about you. That thing looks so killer.
Oh, that'd be great. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so like I said a few podcasts ago, their series is going to be a Witcher, right? And that's the way to go with the series, and I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
Yep.
I wonder how big that game's going to be. Like genuinely, like I wonder how much content's going to be in that. I kind of shudder to think about it because Cyberpunk was already big enough, you know. So, and Witcher 3 was gigantic. Like,
Yeah,
it was huge.
I think Witcher 3 was like the perfect size for me. I wouldn't want one to be like much larger than that. So I feel like you'd lose some focus at that point. But
right, it's every bit of that game just feels authored too. You know,
Yep.
I would.
Yep.
With all this advent of AI and stuff, I hope they don't go in the weeds with it on crafting their world and stuff. I don't want to taint some curation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they want to use it to assist their like game making process, then fine, like the technical aspect. But I want it to be like, hey, we're doing this, we're making this by hand. Like, here you go, here's a cool game. So, yeah, that's pretty much all the future games we're kind of excited about, whatever. I don't know. There's some nebulous stuff that I want to hear more about, like what's Rocksteady making next, like what's the Mortal Kombat team NetherRealm making next. Like WB is the entire issue. I wonder how they're going to do it because they're getting sold to Netflix. How does that affect the games portion? Like that is an entire nebulous thing. I kind of shudder to think about that as well because like I don't know how that's going to go at all. Because Netflix is unconcerned with video games. They do not care. They're buying Batman. You know what I mean?
WB Games is just dead. Yep.
I hate to say it, but you might be right. You might be right. So yeah, that's pardon me. That's the games we're looking forward to. There's a lot of cool stuff. I want to leave my emulation talk for next and the what you've been looking at because I kind of want to go into it a little bit. So we both finished My Hero Academia. The show is done. Tears have been shed. The friends we made along the way, some of them are still around, but most of them are still around. Spoilers. I think this season was one of the best. It might be the best pound for pound season. It's a short season, I will give it that. But just the emotional resonance and the payoff and the character work and the story itself, it is just so well done. They dismounted about as well as you could, I think. What do you think about that last season?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've talked about it a little bit, but I really liked it. I think it was good that they really showcased the main characters. They like really this very last season was a showcase for All Might, for Bakugo, and for Deku. Like that was like their like finishing those characters' arcs. Like because they had already finished like Todoroki's arc the last season, so like they I have a little bit of stuff with him, but like it's like the action stuff is all just All Might, Bakugo, and Deku. Um, yeah, I think that they put a nice little ribbon on it. It's a little bit neat for me, but like
Yeah, sure.
but it's fine. It's a fine ending, I think.
I think the fact that it ends on a nice in a nice way is good. I think it's okay for a creator and a you know a story that he made for it to be neat the way he wants it to be. Like for him to end it on his own terms is important because you have a lot of instances where mangaka are dying early and they don't usually get to finish their stories.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to kind of have him see it through, a little bit. So I like it for that. There's some stuff that doesn't always hit, but I do think I know you're kind of mixed on like the Deku thing at the end, like getting granted something
Hmm.
that makes his problems kind of go away, right?
Hmm.
That kind of stinks for some people, but I didn't mind it. I think it's a nice gesture without getting into specifics. But on the whole, I thought it was a really well done, um, real done season. Like they capped off all the stuff they need to cap off. The characters are really good. It just feels like a really great addendum to a really consistently good show. Like forget the fan base, which is just terrible for the show. Um, the intersection of Smash Brother fans to My Hero fans are, let's say, a perfect circle. The Venn diagram definitely
And Persona fans. Yeah, the like it's Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Fans, Persona fans, and My Hero fans. It's like the
Okay,
trifecta.
so yes, but I feel like Persona fans are a little bit more sophisticated than those two other fan bases, slightly. I do think they do intersect, though. I do agree. They do agree. The thing that does not intersect with them is deodorant on armpits. They should
Yeah,
probably fix
that's true. Yeah, they gotta do a balance patch for that for sure.
balance patch. Oh, get out of here. That's too good. Anyway, yeah, they're not balanced because I'm keeling over from the stench. We'll put it that way. Um, yeah, and I think Persona fans are more sophisticated in some ways, but you do have a lot of children playing those games too. So that's kind of where that intersects there for sure. But yeah, My Hero was great. I really loved it. I liked Vigilantes a lot too. Um, or My Hero Illegals. That's a funny way.
Illegals, that's
I like
the better
illegals.
one.
I wish illegals was a thing. I like
It's
illegals.
awesome.
That's the
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, I really like that season. I don't like that season as much as you do. I don't think it's better than My Hero at all. But
I do.
I do like the main character. I do like the main character a lot. I
Yeah.
think he's very relatable.
Yep.
Very relatable
Yep.
to
Absolutely.
the
Yep.
point of life I'm in, honestly.
Yep.
So
Yep.
uh,
Him
yeah,
and the Knuckle Duster are really like great
yeah, no, that's
characters. Yep. Yep.
yeah, his crescendo at the end of that season's really good too
That's
with his
great.
family.
Yep.
I really so really good characters all around in that show. Um, And then yeah, we finished my hero. That was really good. We caught up on a bunch of stuff. I finished Only Murders. That was a pretty middling season. It was pretty good. Pluribus was excellent. You should watch Pluribus. Like that is it's from the Breaking Bad guy. Like it's an incredible show. One of the best out there you can find. Wednesday, it's an Adams Family show. We watched season 2 of that. That was really good. I actually liked it better than season 1. But it's very Harry Potter like in a way where like, everyone's sorted into their own like factions at a high school sort of thing, for like freaks or magic people or whatever. But it's good. I think it's a good show. I really enjoyed it. And we finished Stranger Things. So I was very negative on the episode 6 and 7 of this show, and
Mhm.
I'm not going to spoil things, but the final episode dismounts in a way that is not very neat. It's kind of sloppy, but I kind of liked it.
Okay.
Um,
Nice.
there is oh my gosh. Okay, I don't want to get spoilery, but Joyce has a moment in episode 8 that's incredible. It's like
Hmm.
the best thing that could have happened. I'm like, okay, this is how it should have gone. I'm so happy that this happened this way. The finality of it is really cathartic. Um, and again, I want to get in. I want to be vague because I don't want to spoil it because
Yeah.
it's like the number one show in the world, right?
Yep.
But at some point, maybe I'll talk about it again. But it is the end of that show does a lot of emotional heavy lifting that was lacking in the last 2 seasons, I would say. Um, I didn't like season 4 that much. I thought it was pretty. I don't know. Its reach exceeded its bounds, I guess, and its bounds are pretty large and hefty. I think it's a little too elaborate for maybe the story they're telling season 4 and 5. But 5 does a lot of interesting stuff. I don't think they can really kill their darlings at all. Like, it's pretty disappointing. I don't want to get into it too much, but they don't kill major characters like they should. They kind of like the fact that everyone makes it out of the final encounter unscathed, pretty much, is really a bummer.
Sure.
It's not always there's some things that happen, but they don't kill characters that need to die, like genuinely, that have nothing to do. And that's the major problem I have with the show. But for what it is, for where we end up, it's really good. I really like how neat the actual final shot is of it. Um, but yeah, like I was kind of shocked how neat it was at the end, because like when you're at the end of episode 7, you're like, oh my god, where the hell is this going? This cannot be good. And then the last episode is 2 hours, and they figure it out. They just figure it out. It's pretty clumsy, it's pretty shitty a lot of times, but they make it work. I had to rate it on like a star rating. It's like a 3-star show all in totality, because it's very peaks and valleys for me. But when it's good, it is killer, killer, killer. And when it's kind of bad to middling, it's like, dang, you guys could have done this a way better way if you didn't ignore all these gaping plot holes. But you know, they get there. And also the end credit scroll has terrible AI art in it that like is awful. And like there's like Nancy's like holding a gun and her fingers are just like a puzzle piece. Like it's really disappointing. I'm like, okay, you guys didn't even try. That's a bummer. But you know, other than that, I'm sure they have a lot of that stuff in the show. But yeah, I liked it on the whole. Season 5 was very up and down. The first half is way better than the second half, but the finale it does well. It does well. You haven't caught the final episode, have you?
I haven't watched it since like that first drop of the show, so
Okay, yeah, you'll probably get through it, I'm sure, because
yeah,
you've
I
been
will.
watching
Yeah,
just like we have.
yeah,
It's one of those things where like it's so in the zeitgeist, like everybody's seen Stranger Things at this
yep.
point.
I'll watch it.
I'm pretty sure everybody's pretty current with it. It's one of those.
Yep.
It's one of those shows in the monoculture, right? It's one of the one monoculture shows there is, you know. So, um, yeah. Besides that, I am continuing to keep up with Fallout Season 2. That show is so good. This last episode was so like the games. It's insane. They brought back a character from New Vegas that was like a main character. Like, this is awesome.
Fun.
It's so good, dude. Like, I know you were talking about watching it. Definitely do.
Yeah.
Season 1, 2 are excellent. It's by far the best game adaptation. I say it every time, but I'm just loving where it goes. And there's literal like situations that you would encounter in the game that kind of happen in this show. Like, for instance, like, oh, the one of the characters of the ghoul sells out another faction to get what he wants, and I'm like, that's
Yep.
such a Fallout choice to make, you know.
Yep.
Like betray one faction for another. I love that stuff. It's
Yep.
perfect. The creators know exactly what that show is, and they just nail it every time.
Nice.
Every time. And then yeah, finally, the stuff I've been watching. We watched Brave. I don't know if you've seen Brave. It's a Pixar
Yeah,
movie, but
yeah. I watched it like once. Yep.
yeah,
It's
that's a
alright.
fun one.
Yep.
It's been about a decade since I've seen it, but it was a good time.
It's one of the better
we
ones, I
did-
think.
Yeah, you know, it's a very unlike. It's not a very Pixar movie. Like, it's more of like
No.
a Disney movie, honestly.
Yeah.
But it works. That movie still works. It's really funny, actually. I
Yep.
forgot how funny it is, but I really enjoyed it. It was great. Anything
Yeah.
you kind of caught during the break that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, it's just a few like little like anime stuff.
Yeah, please.
I-
After that, I'm going to talk about.
It was
some
actually
anime.
pretty recent that I like did all of these actually. Because I kind of took a break from anime, but I finished up Spy Family season 3, so I'm all current on that show now. It's pretty good.
Actually,
You'd probably like it. Yep, it's good. Good wholesome anime. Then I finished up Isekai Quartet season 3. That was fun. Just a medley of a bunch of different isekais all in one show, so it's pretty fun. And then I finished up this evening I finished up my gift level 9999 unlimited gacha, backstabbed in a backwater dungeon. I'm out for revenge.
you talked about this. What a title! What a title!
It's it's right there on like AniList has it as a 70%, and I 1000% agree. I don't think it's bad. I just think that it's just so like it's
Mid.
mediocre. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it does interesting like things sometimes, but then it just has like these moments that are like the most dull anime like stereotype things, and like it'll just drag those sort of things out, and I'm like, I don't care about this. I want to see him get his revenge. That's all I care about. That's what the title told me was happening. That's what I came here for. That's what the first episode told me was happening. I just want to see this dude get his revenge. I don't care about your little anime girl gotcha girls and that you pull. Like I don't want to see these little anime gotcha girls. Like, I don't care about those. I just want to see this guy get his revenge.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's great. I like all your isekai slop. It's very funny to just hear about it. It's one of my favorite things
yeah,
about this portion is just hearing what you're into and the names of these shows. It just gives me like a sort of joy I don't get from many other things.
there
I gotta be honest.
there was like some interesting revenge stuff. Like he really only got revenge on like two of the dorks that like were on his like revenge list
Yeah.
throughout like the season. But like the first one is kind of just like felt rushed, and then the second one it felt like he didn't do enough to like them like for to like, make it like a satisfying like revenge thing. I don't know. Like
Okay. Gotcha.
so
So not all the way there the way you want, right?
yeah, I like my revenge served cold, so
Right. Serve
this was
cold.
more like lukewarm, so
Can't have that. Can't have lukewarm revenge. What are we doing? You gotta have it hot.
the
Piping.
like yeah, like oh there was a revenge isekai not too long ago that was pretty good. I can't remember what it is for the life of me now, but that guy he had like this you know, he had like the big booby elf lady, and then he you know
Oh
had
yeah.
like the you know like the really bad CGI monsters. Like it had everything. It was great. I loved that one.
Nice.
Don't
Nice.
remember what it
Nice.
is, but it was a great revenge one. So
I respect how much you like the genre. It's very endearing to me. I love it. I love it. Love it. Something I love. Unless you had something else. I don't
no,
know if you
that
had
was
any
it.
other
That was
you
it.
wanna talk
I've been taking a
about. Okay.
break from watching shows to play games. So
Okay. Sweet. Sweet. Interesting. Interesting. Um, yeah. Something I love is emulating stuff, and I've been just slavishly working on my Wii because okay. So at some point I broke it. Like I broke the modding that you did.
yeah.
Well, I didn't break it. It's just like it stopped working like compatibility wise. Like I'm like I had to update a bunch of stuff. So I'm like,
Weird.
okay, I gotta just like go back in here and re-put things on here.
Mm.
It was just fun. I've just been tinkering with it off and on, and it's been really great. For Christmas, I got a Spice Orange GameCube. It's amazing. I love it so much. The first night I got it on Christmas night, I played it for 3 4 hours, just playing all kinds of stuff on it. I played Lord of the Rings Two Towers. I played freaking Over the Edge. I played NFL Street Volume Two. Like amazing. The GameCube's amazing. Amazing
Yep.
system.
Great
Um,
system.
and yeah, I got this bespoke mod chip to mod it because I have a D. I think it's a DOL 0001. It's one of the first models you get, but it's the Game Boy Advance adapter. You can slide
Yep.
into the bottom.
The Game Boy
They
player.
put a
Yep.
mod chip in there. Yeah, Game Boy player, but they have a mod chip for one of the USB ports, and you can once you put custom firmware on it with a physical disk or whatever you want to do, a memory save hack, you can convert it and put custom Swiss firmware on it. And then from there, you can just play a bunch of GameCube games once you load
Yeah,
it up.
that's the
Pretty sweet.
way. That's the way to play Super Mario Eclipse is through Swiss. I know specifically that it runs really well on Swiss because it does not
Oh,
run at all on Nintendo on Wii, but well, it does run on there, I should say, but the music doesn't, and that's like one of the best parts of that game.
oh, yeah.
So,
Okay, I will
play that on
definitely.
Swiss. Yep.
The only way to do okay, so because GameCube is not, it's not really internet capable. Like it is, but it's not like it's
Yeah.
capable, but like it's not as hardwired as anything else. So
Yep.
you kind of have to like do a bunch of workarounds to get. There's different ways to
You
like.
can do it. I'm sure you can do an FTP tunnel, but you probably don't want to do an
Yeah.
FTP tunnel. You
That
probably just
sounds like
wanna put it on like a SD card and call it a day.
So the thing you have to do, so what I have, this custom mod chip, is you put it in the gameplay or the Game Boy Advance adapter.
Yep.
You put your SD card of choice. Sometimes it's kind of picky about what SD card you're running, so maybe I don't have the right one. I guess we'll find out. I haven't plugged it in yet. But then you have to have a memory card that is more than 16 megabytes. Has to be that. And then you have to have a compatible game that is NTSC only. Um, well, I guess it doesn't matter now because Spice Orange GameCube for Japan only, but mine's region unlocked now. It's American. It's fine. So I think I just have to have an NTSC version of a handful of games, and then I have to have a save hack that I can only do on GCCM for Wii, and modify a save to basically talk to one of these handful of GameCube games to flash the memory to put Swiss on it. Like that's the only way to do it the way I set it up. So, but you can also like do custom, like hard soldering to it if you want to. You could put an actual flippy drive in there if you want to. But like, I don't want to do all that. I don't want to put
Yeah.
a custom drive in there that has a USB micro as USB port. I don't want to do all that. I want to be able to put in a disc or put in an SD card and just go. Like that's what I want to do. So without soldering, this is the best way to do it. There's only a handful of games that you can do a memory card like hack to. It's like 5 or 6 games. It's like Wind Waker original. It's like Smash Brothers Melee. It's a couple Splinter Cell games and a couple other games that I can't remember. But you have to have that and then a hacked save from GCCM that's been altered. And then once you do that, you're good to go. So that's all I'm waiting on, and that's like another $20 standing in the way of me doing that. So once I do that, I'll report back. But I'm really excited to hack my GameCube, and then my Wii. I've been playing a lot of interesting stuff on it because I was figuring out how to walk through to put games on it. Because the thing about Wii that's really annoying about emulation, getting into the nitty gritty stuff, is you have to rename the files for it to be seen, and that's kind of a pain.
Oh yeah. Do you have the Wii file manager thing?
I do, and that's been a godsend.
Yep. Use that program. Back in my day, we had a command prompt script that we had to run for the GameCube ones, but now there's like a way better way to do it. I haven't done it in a while, so I don't remember how you do the GameCube ones, but last time I did it, I think I just manually pulled the GameCube title number, like title code, and then just name the folder that title code.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I guess that that would work. I guess that would work.
I think I just did it manually and then just renamed the ROM to game.iso and then
Wow. So basically I had to put the homebrew channel back on there. I had to put it back on there. I had to put all the apps back on there. Everything's good to go. I got USB Loader GX on there. Everything. Like everything's good. The only thing that I need to do now is I have to convert all the GameCube games from CISO to ISO now, and that's going to take a little bit.
Yes.
And once I do that, then I'll be set.
Actually, you might be able to run them as CISO. Can you not?
You can run them CISO through Nintendo, but USB GX does not see it.
Oh, weird.
Even if you path it through, which is annoying because Nintendo is the loader for USB Loader GX in the Wii homebrew, but you almost have to go through Nintendo itself because it won't surface in USB Loader GX for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it'll surface in Wii Flow. I don't know, but I have to actually go into Nintendo to get it running, which is kind
for the CISOs. You're saying.
For the CISOs only. I can convert them to ISO, which is probably what I'm going to do. It's going to be kind of pain.
You might look into the settings because I feel like I have some CISOs on my on my setup, and I feel like it runs. If you can figure out
how to... Okay, so basically I have everything set.
It's been so long since I've done it, so...
The folders named right. The individual folders for each game are named right. The games are named right. It's literally just that it's a CISO. That's the only thing that it cannot see. All my Wii games are perfect. They're all named right, all that stuff. But the GameCube stuff is kind of a pain. I'm not...
The thing with
so long to get the Wii stuff, I'm kind of waiting to do GameCube. But yeah.
The thing with like the Wii and the GameCube stuff is that's what I grew up with, and so like most of the Wii and GameCube games I wanted to play, I played like
Yeah.
back in the day. Like I just played those
Yeah.
straight up, like, and so like that's why
Yeah.
I'm kind of more interested nowadays in playing like the PS1, PS2 stuff.
I am shocked how small the Wii library is. It's really small. Like
Yeah,
for the stuff I'm interested in.
yeah.
Like it really is.
Like there's
Like I was
a lot of shovelware on the Wii. Like that was the shovelware console. Yep.
mm-hmm. I mean, you just scroll through the, refractories for all the ROMs or whatever, on unnamed sites, whatever, and you go like, dang, all the games I'm interested in have either been ported or they will never get ported. Like
No,
I was playing Opuna for the Wii last night. Opuna, a Koei RPG exclusive for Wii that has a
yep.
horrible translation. I was playing Opuna last night. I played Mad World last night. That's a cool game. I like Mad
Yeah.
World. That was really
Yeah.
fun.
People like that world. Yep.
From Platinum Games, Mad World. I played. What else did I play? I played Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn on that. That was pretty cool.
Yep. That's a cool game.
Monster Hunter Tri. I booted up Monster Hunter Tri.
That's
That
a
was
cool game.
busted. I was like, this is not a good way to play this game.
No, that is a great game. It's a great game.
On a Wiimote, it's bad. On a Wiimote, it's
On a
bad.
Wiimote, it's bad. If you don't have a classic controller, sure, get yourself a classic controller.
That's why I waited. I'm like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this right.
Get yourself a classic controller. That is like one of my all-time favorite controllers. That's there's one that's one behind me actually. I think there's a classic controller sitting on my couch back there. I was just using it recently for playing. I was playing Final Fantasy 4 on the Wii. So.
And I'm also using a 1080 upscaler, and it doesn't look great on my TV. I want to play that CRT, but I need to get that universal remote that we talked about for the you gave me. So once I get that, I'll be set. I do have AV compatible TVs downstairs. I do. I might just use those as a band-aid in the meantime because I want to play everything on CRT because that's what it's designed for, right?
Yep.
And once I get there, I'll be pretty happy. But yeah, it's been really fun to just tinker and play a bunch of stuff I haven't played. And I'm very RPG centric in just me playing video games. And just I was like, what does the Wii have anything? Like it has like the last story.
The last story, yep.
Dragon Quest swords. Like
here, I'll send you a good list. I got you. I'll send you a good list. You can take a look at it at some point.
I hear the last story is incredible. So
this list, this like whole like wiki is like my gospel for like the past like I've talked about it before on here. This V's recommended games wiki. I used it as like my gospel back in like let's see, how old am I? Back in like 2012, I think I started using this thing. So yeah, so this thing's still kicking, still around, and they just kind of list off like all of the best games on a console, so it's really easy just find the best ones. So
cool. I will definitely look into that because the Wii library seems to just play through a lot of the stuff I'm interested in.
Yeah,
and get kind of a good sampling of what's good there.
Yeah, like all the things you named off are on this list basically, so it's a good list.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a good list. I've done like there's stuff like Endless Ocean I've never even touched, stuff like that. I'm just interested to just look at, it's just really cool. It's a cool thing to do. It's been really painstaking because of using SD cards and just how long that takes. I need to get an actual storage device that's just faster.
Yeah, get yourself like a external hard drive and just hook that up.
Gate, yeah. Like it's a band-aid for now. It's just nice to have the SD card slot in the Wii. I just click it in and click it out, But it's such a pain to move back and forth. And I'm also having a problem. I promise I'm going to wrap up because we're getting late. But I'm also having a problem with download times and download sizes. Like I'm downloading from places, and at a certain size of file, they just don't download.
Yeah, use the Internet Archive. Internet Archive is.
I do, and it's still the same thing. Like I had a completely clear SD card, and it's like you don't have enough space to download this. It was like a 4 gig thing. I was like, "What is this?" Yeah. So I don't know why it does that. I know for one of these sites, it's like, this is a problem with the site sometimes.
Mhm.
But I'm like, I shouldn't be having this problem. This is a completely clear card. Like I partitioned it perfectly. Everything. Like there should be no problem. So I don't know. I'd like to play the Metroid Prime trilogy and play through 3 at some point too. So I'll get there at some point. And I don't. Okay, so in your opinion, I want to play Twilight Princess all the way through. I like Twilight Princess. Um, should I play the Wii or GameCube version? That's the real question I have.
Oh, I've only ever played the Wii version and the Wii U version.
Okay.
But I always hear that the GameCube version. I don't know. I don't know. To be honest,
Okay.
I don't remember if that has any issues or not.
Yeah, because I'm kind of tired of waiting for them to just re-release that HD stuff.
They're just
kinda
not
too-
doing that. Yeah.
Well, they on the grand scheme of things, grand timeline, I bet you they will. It's just going to be a long time.
Okay.
I don't know when.
So yeah, so the Wii version has the waggle. It's got widescreen support. It's got a slightly smoother frame rate, but most people still prefer the GameCube one. It looks like.
Yeah, because it's motion controls and it's mirror flipped.
Yes, it is mirror flipped. So Link is
because-
right-handed.
Because
And
Link is right-handed,
Yeah.
and he's usually left-handed aside from Breath of the Wild, which we found out, which is funny.
Skyward Sword, he's also right-handed.
Yes, because most people are dominant, right? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's just it's been a really fun time. It's taken me a long time to get where I can just play some video games, but I kind of love just modding stuff. It's so much fun. I had a blast doing my 3DS and Vita before it. Unfortunately, just busted. I think I bricked it for good. And it was kind of old. It was kind of crappy.
Yeah.
The screen
No,
was
I
kinda bad.
agree. Like just like messing with the things and like modding them is pretty fun. So
I think I'm going to do it though. I think I'm going to get an AYN4 and I'm going to mod the ever living crap out of that. That's like the ultimate like Chinese handheld, like put
Mhm.
everything on this
yeah,
handheld DS thing. People have been raving about it. You can literally watch a YouTube video on the top or bottom screen and play a game on the opposite. And I'm like,
fun.
I got to get this. So it's pretty pricey for what it is, but it seems really good. There's a really good Giant Bomb video on it that I saw.
Mhm.
Like, I need this. I need this. So there's also a AYN Odin, which you might like, which is a PS Vita form factor, but for the same sort of architecture, which is cool. You can play up to like Xbox and PS2 games, I think, on it if you want. So very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. So that's been my modding minute or hour or whatever it has been. So. And yeah, that's been Stick Drift. Unless you got anything else, I think that was a good kind of. I'm kind of shaking off the dust here. I feel
Yep.
like I've been kind of all over the place this episode, but we're figuring it out. It's
It
a
is
new
what it
year, new
is.
me.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a little chubbier after the holidays, but that's okay. We'll get there. But yeah, so I think the goal is this: we're going to be doing Game of the Year 2 or 3 pods away.
Yep.
We can talk either if we want to do it beginning of February, end of February, I don't know. But all January, we're going to be just prepping for whatever we want to talk about in February, I think.
Yep.
Be it new games, old games, whatever. I'm going to be playing some new stuff and then getting into my backlog bag. But yeah, I think the next podcast, we're going to talk about categories. I think we need to come up with categories for Game of the Year, you and I,
Yep.
and just hammer out what we really want to talk about. So I'll try to get a list together of stuff we did last year. I did most of it last year, but I want your input more this year
Yep.
because I was trying to get a feel for it. On what we want to like award and talk about. I do want another joke category too because we had the Concord Character of the Year
Yep.
stuff, and we'll have to figure out another joke category. That'd be fun.
Yep.
But yeah, we're getting down to it. We're getting down to it. I know it's not the end of the year for us, but we're gonna wrap up 2025 in style soon. So
Yep.
I think it'll be fun.
That'd be great.
We're not going to share the best game of the year this year. I think it's been a more eclectic year for both of us. So
Yeah. Yep.
we'll have to see what this year coming up brings, but there will be no metaphors this year. No tie, I don't think. So
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, once every generation, right?
Yep. Yep. We can agree once every generation.
Yeah,
That's
for
how
sure.
games should be.
That's how games should be. It's a testament to how good that game is that we both have
Yep.
very similar opinions. So anyway, that's the Stick Drift. That's Stick Drift this episode. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Hugs and kisses. And as Dave Damashek says, it's been a little slice of heaven, baby. Love you. Bye.
Keep it drifty.